Whichever one you want.
Where did you get it?
I think Taka.
Okay.
This is like the one that doesn't take longer subway. Oh, no, it's just close. This you need time in the middle of the
Where is Quality Thomas? I need to find him. Is he in top 8?
yeah, I think he's no, he's this side.
Oh wait, no, I know.
Nate's also qualified.
You mean skills?
What the hell? Don't you just feel so sick right now? Don't you just feel so sad, dude? You're right, you call me. About to throw up all over the monitor as I get bingo.
It doesn't matter because we don't have accounts.
Start battle! Young Link!
Now? Yes. Okay. Alright. Perfect.
battle. Young Link. Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong. Young Link.
Oh, they're going in.
They're going in. Oh. Straight gameplay, we're live? Okay.
Oh, right. Oh, I've got. Okay.
Well, we can't see the gameplay, so apart from like an angle.
We've got a screen down there or one down there, so you know what? That's good enough for me.
I have Theo's screen.
Welcome back 2018.
Hello everyone, welcome to the top 8 of Avalon. We are with myself, with Antti, I'm with Tweedledum and Tweedledum.
Hi. You'll see why very shortly at some point.
Oh no.
Oh, is that? Oh, wow. That's, okay, so that's just it, huh? Okay, we're starting off.
And
Okay.
Ken is looking like you right now.
Got him.
Big burst on the Joy-Con.
Yeah, I mean, it's a DK is a kind of character, right? That you've got to be like both mentally and like execution ready for, and it feels like sometimes you can just it can take a little bit of time to adjust. Particularly the way that Joy-Con plays, he has those kind of like he's not quote unquote optimal with it, but he's got like some really tricky breeds that he likes to go for.
He has some, and it's like last year, in specific situations, like what you do if you will jump X on Hello, and he knows the exact opposite that and that's why he's looking for it. It's an interesting way of playing DK. Really like this, as he's found some top 8 that he's not suited for.
This is the thing, like, you know, Joy-Con has had such a good run today, and, you know, absolutely trying to go much further. Kendrick on you know, had a little bit of a shaky start, you know, getting upset early with winners. Now, still in that top 8, still fighting. As you said, Josie, he gets a little bit of a tough character sometimes. Big target, gets combo target, something tough and ready. And sometimes that can just happen as well.
It honestly can. I love the fact that Tanasi, you already mentioned about Joy-Con having these like specific techniques and some bits and pieces like that. We actually saw it there from Tekka going from the back air 1 to the forward smash, knowing that obviously DK having that huge hurt box, being able to get that kind of confirm. However, it is not out of the woods yet for Kendrick, as he has got a bit of a climb to make before getting himself back into this. However, he has got all of the stage control and all of the momentum right now.
Yeah, and all of the percent really, 136 is exactly what you're looking for when you're playing against DK, 134. Still going to be able to get a lot of these projectile conversions, more back there 1. A lot of different things to combo, but that's an amazing technical situation. That was certainly a kill. And Joy-Con is living that down there at 170. That's absurd. Finally, Kendrick Olamar gets that kill, but he had to work quite hard for it.
Yeah, it's been an uphill battle, but Kendrick Olamar finally getting back into this game 1. The damage is finally on his side. Again, as we talked about, the big target means that Joy-Con is not quite safe, but equally, any big hit from Joy-Con could seal it up. Right now, the grab comes out, gonna go to the air, and the up air is just gonna seal it up.
PS2 is a choice against this character. PS2,
Yeah.
PS2 is a choice for him. I would make that personally, but it's a choice.
I feel like we should escape that, yeah.
I was going to say, it was so interesting to see because it felt like for the whole sort of second stock, it felt like Kendrick was very much in the lead and really making an emphasis on keeping that center stage. And then it was like the moment that Joy-Con got center stage, it was just over. It feels like it's this really big battle of keeping that almost dome in the middle just in your possession, so to speak. But
Theo, obviously, Kendrick not quite letting it phase him and is happy to go straight back to Stadium. I mean, it was a fairly close game, but that is sort of one of the main dangers against DK is that you can die at pretty much any percent against this character.
Yeah, I believe Kendrick Olamar's like, it's very safe combos. It works. It's safe with all three modes lab on because he will go back and back and back. So, like, you're very practiced, especially on these heavy well, those are exactly what you want to do. So, you use the execute on those things there to kill you way earlier, but if you're executing on your pivot here, you get very, very even. Or even have a slight lead here. One of my high scores on the ledge. A little bit more, 140. A bit of an awkward descent. I don't think he can still confirm it. And unless he proves me wrong.
Oh, it's so good. It's so clean. And obviously, like, Kendrick Olamar's never going to miss those. Takes that first stock away. Joker fighting back. That arm smash nearly doing it, but the up B most certainly will. That spinning Kong is so ridiculously strong. We saw it take stock in the first game, and certainly going to take away that first stock in this game.
I mean, it's what we were saying earlier on, right? The fact that Joy-Con doesn't necessarily go for the super optimal punishes. He goes for these quite unorthodox options, going for that up smash and then calling the retreat away with the spinning Kong. Just really, really excellent stuff. And again, for a player like Kendrick, it's going to be that sort of like next level of mix-up, right? You sort of have those optimal options in mind, but then every now and again, there's this almost just utter reckless abandon that Joy-Con is more than happy to go for, and you just have to respect it because it works so well. However, Kendrick, at the moment, trying to keep all of this center stage using Younglink's superior frame data and just getting the mix-up going time and time again.
Yeah. You just bully the monkey. You just bully them with all the projectiles. You throw them out on that thing.
Very, very clean edge guard. Good Kendrick Olamar. Pulls out a high recovery, which is incredibly rare for DK. They don't really like going high just because they're so vulnerable. Kendrick Olamar's ready, and he's ready to put on a lot more damage. 56% comes out in the blink of an eye. 67 pounds on shield pressure is live right now. Kendrick Olamar is pushing Joy-Con back, and we are already looking at potentially games tied up.
As I said a bit earlier, it can sometimes be that case where you need that one game to just adjust and readjust, and it feels like Kendrick has really taken the tempo of the set and just completely ran away with it so far, managing to catch with the neutral air, sending Joy-Con to the left-hand side, the drag down into the down tilt up air. It is Taylor's oldest time. It is classic Kendrick Olamar, and it is so impressive to see.
So good with it. He is so good. But I say time and time again, you know, and it's not even sort of intended as like any bias, but like Kendrick Olamar is genuinely one of my favorite players to watch in the UK because he just gets those setups constantly. And I feel like this was a slight return to form in the set. That game was a little bit shaky, but there I feel like Kendrick Olamar kind of showed exactly how you meant to approach the matchup, where you just do not let the Donkey Kong get a single chance to breathe, Tracy.
So impressive to see. Again, going back to Stadium 2, Joy-Con, of course, demonstrating the real benefits of this stage. But yeah, it is exactly as you say. It feels like Kendrick has got an awful lot of momentum going that little bit further forward, and it feels like Kendrick has sort of gotten into a really comfortable groove, really knowing how much damage he can tack on, the combos that he's able to get, that little bit of extra leniency that comes with Donkey Kong's larger hurt box, and it's just honestly Zanatti, he's putting on a show right now.
Yeah, and it's a very situation for Joy-Con as well because he doesn't get that straight fight. He's just going to walk to the other side of the stage, starting these very quick projectiles, which you can have a hard time getting around with his kind of massive body, not crazy air dodge, not crazy mobility. It's just really hard to escape overall and establish your own ground. Finally, it seems like you had something, but the down air whiffs, but he doesn't have to hit. And then it's Kendrick Olamar taking the first stock with only 3% extra pain. That's a really good situation.
Ooh, and I love that tech chase there from Joy-Con, just knowing that he didn't quite have to confirm in that moment, but also recognizing that he was at that perfect percent to get that ding-dong on the left-hand platform. Smart, such impressive gameplay.
It really is. Like, I feel like every single turn Joy-Con is able to kind of just throw in those small, minute interactions, those small openings, and really capitalize them as hard as he can. I mean, this is all it takes for DK. Is like you can literally just get that one grab and the seat up. Like, this looked very tough for Joy-Con initially, but now he's just finally got back in this. Of course, one grab could even it right back up, but Kendrick Olamar once again just sending that bombardment of projectiles to keep Joy-Con away at every avenue.
There's a quick run back, but not quite killing. 2K is very heavy, 153. This is where we're looking at stuff like this, which will be taking shot fairly easy, 0% on Kendrick Olamar. And now I can say that it is a difficult position that Joy-Con found himself.
One thing that I'm finding really, really impressive from Kendrick is that there's always that temptation to kind of go for those kill moves, maybe a little bit earlier than you want, be it that fear factor or anything else, but Kendrick has been doing a really, really nice job at basically using a lot more back airs and forward airs to be able to link, and then going instead for the up smashes and for the up Bs to secure the kills. Unfortunately, not quite managing to get recovery there. Very early stock, all things considered. However, Kendrick not content to let this lead fall away from him. Just the ledge trap once again, and the drag down into the neutral air. Didn't quite have confidence in a killing confirm, but just had something ready instead. High recovery, and there it is. Beautiful.
He was already standing up. He was ready.
1 billion up Bs out of a scramble situation and not remedy this matchup, it would seem. This is incredibly tough overall for Joy-Con. It just looks like Kendrick Olimar is pushing advantage just a bit too quickly, a bit too hard, and neutral is like no place of solace for Joy-Con either. It just continuously is just an inferno he has to walk through to be able to put on maybe 6 kills. But then he hits him at 0 and he takes 7. We're back into the exact same situation. Overall, it's just kind of repeating and repeating. And in order to Joy-Con to break the I'm not entirely sure what approach to make again. We've got some ideas.
It's a really, really tough one because, again, it's kind of what we were saying a little bit before with how Joy-Con used to just find every opening and almost try and take a stock with it. And that's not easy. I feel like the way that Kendrick Olimar has been playing has made it really, really tough for Joy-Con to find any of those openings. Like, what can you do when you've got 3 different projectiles coming your way every single second? It's like you're playing a bullet hell that you can never escape from. But even despite that, we still have been seeing Joy-Con just take his time a little bit, you know, waiting for those openings, you know, get some like back airs with that sort of longer reach. Just find a sort of just few minute hits him. We know that if like Joy-Con does get a grab right now, that should be a stock.
Joy-Con having the right idea there, just anticipating that up smash coming and trying to air dodge back towards the stage. However, not quite working out. Okay, nearly had something going there, but Joy-Con anticipating that he's going to need to jump away as soon as possible. But Kendrick is saying, all right, well, let's take this in a different direction. And still, we've got 60% on the board, and the last hit of the up B. That's so smart.
I love the idea of Kendrick Olimar lingering on stage in order to start this. And it might not be an edge guard.
One
but
more.
It is a lot of percent.
No!
That's still an additional 30% that Kendrick Olimar has no right to, and yet it is 9% on Joy-Con, and this is dangerous for Donkey Kong. Joy-Con is being pushed upwards. He's still getting jumped, but he's not landed yet. There's no double jump on this guy. He's on the left. Another on smash, and it's 1 more stop for the Donkey Kong.
Just utter dominance, right? Just covering that entire area, had the bomb ready, the back throw. Finally going to take that small step towards taking it to a game 5. However, Kendrick Olimar has just been absolutely going to town on these stocks, has just been keeping Joy-Con in disadvantage. And it was one thing that I wanted to bring up is that when Kendrick has been in disadvantage, it's been so few and far between that it feels like Joy-Con almost hasn't had enough time to recognize the habits, right? It's been trying to get in these little moments, these little bits and pieces here and there, but Joy-Con just hasn't had the opportunity because Kendrick has been so dominant in neutral, just trying to get another back air there. But again, a fire arrow, Joy-Con just retreating all the way to the other side of the stage. It's damned if you do, damned if you don't. You can't stay far, you can't stay near. It's just so tricky.
I mean, like you see there, the arrows, the slingshots, the bombs, like you can only shield so much of that, with, especially with like Youngling charging at you as well. That's really, really tough. And Kendrick Olimar right now is just starting to run away with this, but it's still scary to dive until the down air land. The Pogo stick away into the next round of top 8.
Kendrick Olimar turns to TBR. Big win for him. Big win for London in general. I believe this is one of the last remaining London players along with Aschrome.
Yep.
So, and they obviously have shown up big time to this tournament, so you really want them to make waves. The next set we'll be having is Kerber versus Shanique, but I want to remain a little bit on how Kendrick Olimar just had the foot on the gas because someone.
Oh my God! Look, here we are.
And
Hello, hey!
Hello, everyone.
This is why we got called Tweedledee and Tweedledum. By the way. Yeah.
This is what I deal with. Yeah.
We've been wearing this the entire set, by the way.
Yeah.
It fits with the vibes.
You've been wearing it for the last 20 minutes.
I really like your little podcast mic, by the way. I was going to say it during the set, but they couldn't see you. I really, really like your setup right now.
I think there's a great difference in energy in just the way that you two are acquitted and how I am here with my studio mic.
Yeah.
Looking very normal.
This is like when there's like, it's like daytime television and like Good Morning Britain has like Like, I think I remember there was one where it was like 2 people in fursuits because it was
Yeah.
like a furry convention or something.
Wait, what?
I'm feeling they were just on Good Morning Britain, so there were like these 2 here, and then like the presenters obviously being very professional, and then 2 people in like full like professional fursuits.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm getting this vibe right now where it's like
It's like,
Zanati's trying to be, like, welcome. We've got the
yeah. Welcome
court
back.
jesters in town.
Welcome back. We're
I
going to
could
be
be less
interviewing 2
professional.
court
I-
jesters
I
to find
have-
out a little bit more about their lives
I
today.
have a method of being less professional if you wish.
I mean, I quite like the vibes. To be
Quite like the vibes.
You
Alright.
can- I mean, yeah.
That's a secret weapon.
I like the
Save that for
podcast
later.
vibes
Save
that you're
that for
giving
later.
right now. It's pretty nice. Yeah, it's
Surprise
good.
tool that will help us later.
Yeah.
But anywho, Kerbo and Shanique is going to be coming up next.
Yes.
I'm not too familiar with the set history. I do believe these 2 have played at least once.
Let's find out.
It's 6 years into
Yeah.
the game. You would hope that they had.
Because I have 3 people here, so I can actually check
Yeah,
my
but they're
phone.
both so young.
Oh yeah, I was going to take photos as well, wasn't I?
They're both
Woohoo.
such. Is Shanique a child
Jeez.
still?
Smile,
I
smile,
don't-
Jude.
no,
Hi.
I don't want to. I hate you,
There
actually.
we go.
Shut up. Don't tell me what to do.
Oh, it's so good to be back. It's so good to be back.
We've not had this since like VGen, so.
But yeah,
we're-
I believe both of these 2 were seeded for top 8. I don't know whether
I
it was
thought
a
you meant
winners.
me for a moment. I was like, what
Yeah,
are you
yeah,
talking
you were.
what
I
are
mean,
you yapping about, mate?
you busted
Kerbo,
out.
Kerbo strikes me as someone who would be a winner's seed, considering he's like being considered like top 4, top 5
Yes, yeah.
in the UK as of recent. Shanique also incredibly
How do
strong.
you spell Shanique?
As soon as I'm there, but
Oh,
I
I
don't
got
think
it.
he would be top 8.
Okay, versus.
But outside of the player matchup, character matchup, we might see Kirby versus Aegis. We might see Aegis. I don't know what Kerbo opts for. I believe he's pretty comfortable against sword fighters, even Pyro and Mithra, which has been named as a harder matchup for Kirby.
It's Kerbo with a 0, isn't it?
Kerbo with
Yes,
zero, yeah.
yeah.
I don't know if Kerbo actually struggles with it or dislikes it or anything. I've played him once, and he seems fairly competent to me. He's very good at using the crouch and using his air mobility
Yes.
to sort of get around Mithra's oppressive neutral. But it does feel like if Shanique has foot on the gas and is quite precise, it's going to be a very difficult time in neutral. Edge guarding, however, of course,
Yeah.
always the issue with Aegis.
Do you think...
0-0.
Ooh, they've never played.
Never played.
Ooh,
well, according
okay.
to Smashers app anyway. Who knows if that's actually correct? Yeah.
Obviously, we've been talking a lot about the Pyro and Mithra as opposed to the Inkling, which, if you are tuning in, you're probably more familiar with that when it comes
Yeah.
to Shanique.
Yeah.
Zanati, obviously, you pioneered Aegis and you pioneered Inkling for a while.
Before you retired.
Is there a particular reason why you think Shanique would opt for the Aegis as opposed to the Inkling, even though he's had, obviously, quite a bit more experience with the character?
Kirby has disliked swords in the past. I think the meta might have shifted a little bit though. And the thing is, I kind of think he might opt for Inkling actually in this set, just because recovery's nice. It's really nice to have a good recovery against Kirby and not have to worry about your life being forfeit every single time you get hit off stage at 40%. That's a very nice element of the matchup, I think. And then also, Inkling fights with Kirby pretty well in neutral. Got that massive back air. Has good grounded tools to cover stuff like crouching.
Yeah.
Down tilt, jab. There's great options there. The grab as well, of course. A very strong mix-up. Not the craziest anti-aero, which is why I think you like Pyro and Mithra, because you get to juggle Kirby, because Kirby struggles at landing with his low speed. But I think overall, Inkling is the safer pick. Pyro and Mithra is the pick if you really feel like you're on, like you really feel like you are going to win. But if you're less than certain, if you're going into game 1, for example, I think Inkling is an excellent starter for Shanique, who is very, very well equipped with both characters.
Yeah, we can see it on the character select screen from our angle that the
Yeah,
Inkling
there
has
is an
already been
Inkling there.
locked in.
And a Kirby.
Yeah,
makes
Inkling
sense.
and Kirby, as expected. And you're absolutely right on that front. It's that element of, if we were commentating this time last year, I would have spoke about how, Shanique used to be this very, matchup dependent, character connoisseur. There'd be sort of 2 or 3 different characters that he would chop and change between. I think in this sort of past year, he's really just put a lot of faith in Inkling and has really just continued to rise the ranks. I mean, this is a player that can win pretty much any event that he attends when he is playing on form. But of course, Kerbo going to be absolutely taking it to him here in this game while standing on a small backfield.
Yeah, it's going to be a really, really interesting round. I feel like even these first few interactions is going to kind of set a little bit of a precedent for how the set could go. Because, I mean, right now we can actually see Kerbo just doing sort of what Kirby does best, actually, just keep that distance. But finally, Shanique's finding a little bit of gas, getting in, using that safe back air, gets the grab, lands it, and I mean, that's just immediately evened up everything right there. That's what I was waiting to see, how Shanique would respond to all this initial damage.
That is a very, very good grab on that roll from Shanique. That is clean reaction. And the ledge trump slap bomb. And that? Okay. And the edge guard comes out from Shanique, who waits for the final double jump to come out from Kerbo and takes the first stock after a slower start.
I was going to say, it felt like really Kerbo was in the passenger seat for the first part of that, but then, as you mentioned earlier on, those mix-ups that Inkling has against Kirby, who's either trying to crouch or maybe trying to parry a back air, Shanique was just using them perfectly, and then, you know, a couple of reads in advantage later, and suddenly it is Shanique with a pretty decent lead at the moment. Of course, Kirby has got some quite decent kill power to him, so it's going to be interesting to see. I do wonder if we were aiming for the footstool there, of course.
So I think we were all thinking, I think that was definitely aiming for the footstool, which is a very interesting thing to bring up, because that is actually one of the principal ways of edge guarding these double jump characters, because when you double jump, you are completely vulnerable to footstools as long as you're not doing a move. Up the animations and side the animations are footstoolable, but only phantom footstoolable, but normal jumps. Fair game.
Oh, that was stunning. Just using the splatter shot to keep Kerbo away so that he couldn't air dodge to the ledge. And then just had the forward air locked and loaded, ready for the up B attempt. It's just so, so good. Clearly, Shanique, even despite the fact that, you know, these two potentially have never played in tournaments before, Shanique feels like he's got the match on lock.
Who warmed Shanique up in this
I was going to say,
yeah, right.
It has to be like
what other Kirby have we got in the building right now? Own up.
I don't think it's like in the building, but I think Nitrix or I don't believe they're friends. I believe
Yes.
they might interact a fair
I
bit.
think this is where we've seen the matchup before, because I think Shanique and Nitrix have played.
Yeah, perhaps. And yeah, overall, like you said, Rosie, actually looking phenomenal at the moment in this matchup. It's very, very clean. Finding Kerbo gets down there, but doesn't get up until after the auto cancel. So we're not looking at too much percent. He is caught in the corner. That's not very safe. Kerbo, Sneak gets a little bit of a free, and Kerbo is sent off stage at the moment. This is a bit difficult. He's trying to navigate around with double jumps and does get back into the stage. He's not finding any sort of percent. He's not finding any sort of equal win. And at the moment, Shanique is kind of just controlling the pace. He's nice and slow, have to go in time after time. They take their turns, but Shanique is the only one getting any sort of a lead.
So impressive to see from Shanique. The fact that there are so many of these empty hops, and sometimes just empty hopping in front of Kerbo's shield and then just dashing away. Just to really make Kerbo think twice about swinging for the fences, because it's so tempting. You think, right, if I land next to Kirby, they're going to back air out shield. They're going to maybe up smash out shield, depending on the angle that you go at. But Shanique is just really making it difficult and making Kerbo think twice. However, don't need to think twice with a ledge trump like that. Kerbo managing to get that second stock on the board. However, quite the big deficit. And Kirby, he is a light boy. It could be curtains at any moment.
Yeah, I mean, this is where it now gets really, really dicey for Kerbo. There was an opportunity to get back in this. Kirby certainly can do it, but this character is light and can certainly get scooped up by any of Inkling's kill moves, and they are very much numerous. Shanique taking game one now. Very, very nice. So, I mean, again, sort of, you know, one of those, I feel like Shanique was very much in the driver's seat, you know, kind of very quickly onwards from, like, even that sort of that first stock. Kerbo's starting to kind of make that bit of a comeback, but it's tough when you are such a light character to make that much of a comeback.
Yeah, it's tough to not swap over the stages as well, because we're going straight back to small battlefield. I did catch what Shanique was banning. He's banning all of the long stages. He's banning Kalos, he's banning FD, he's banning and I think it's very fair. I think Kirby is really strong on these flat stages because there's no platforms to kind of mix it around. You just have to deal with the guy crouching, and it's like really hard to do anything from the air. But Shanique clearly quite recognizing the fact, and overall looks good. I like it going back to small battlefield. I think Shanique is playing the character very well on the stage, and I think unless Kerbo can sort of mix things up, especially off stage, this is going to be quite the difficult situation.
I think it's going to be a really interesting set going on from now, actually. Like, now that we've kind of seen how both these players interact after that first game, I think we've got a very, very interesting set that could go very much back and forth. We'll have to see how this game 2 locks in, as they are, of course, running back with the Inkling Kirby. There was no changes there, but we are seeing a change in stage, I think.
I believe that's small battlefield again.
Oh, was it small battlefield? Oh, it was small battlefield. Never mind. All right.
You just don't listen to them. You just don't care about what I have to say.
No, I always care about what you say. Just it's not sometimes.
Doesn't feel like it.
Anywho, of course, back to small battlefield, as we have been saying, and it is Kerbo. And this has been the thing that we saw right at the start of the first game as well. But something that we didn't really see is, of course, these extended strings from Kirby. That is the one thing. We mentioned it a little bit earlier, you know, ironically enough, with the Kendrick Joy-Con match, where you almost like, when you get that win in neutral, you really have to make the most of it. And Kerbo, very, very much making the most of those situations there, and just a hefty forward smash to take that first off.
Yeah, that kind of sucks for Steve. Very, very good start from Turbo, like you said. Extended versus stage, he's amazing at those. He knows how to cleanse out a lot of extra set that people simply don't see. And yeah, good recognition on the jab, on shield, spat shot. The jab is pretty unsafe. All of Inkling's jabs basically are unsafe, but I believe that's mainly when he S-smashed out of shield. It's a dominant fashion by Kirby, and speaking of dominant, this game, Smart.
This is a much more aggressive Kerbo than we saw in game 1. I feel like very much just like turned on the jets here, just going full into another gear here.
Yeah, can we talk about the up air to prevent that as well? Because obviously when you're in the middle of the move, it was the Phantom Footstool. Whether it was going to be sort of like a get off me option or, you know, just to avoid that, and a spot dodge up smash as well. Kerbo's insane, I've got to say.
Yeah, Scotland is so back right now. This is really looking tough for Shanique at the moment. And I don't know what's changed really. I don't believe it. I believe there's been a bit of a change of pace. That's an amazing edge guard though. Those edge guards haven't changed.
Love the weave away from the rock as well.
He's still really good at that, but I believe Kerbo's just kind of switching his pace. He's approaching a little bit more. He's going in with these full hops a little bit more rather than staying out and like waiting. As he realized waiting isn't working too well, so he's moving better. But right now Kerbo is kind of simply seeing better. He's forcing these scramble situations, and Kirby is simply stronger in those situations. And Kerbo is very, very good at recognizing it seems when she's going to swing and times very strong defensive options.
Trying to go for that roller there and a second one to boot as well, just to get that early kill. Of course, Kerbo right side of a smash attack, very much out of that kill range so far. However, the up throw, up air, yeah, not quite being enough just yet. And the question is, oh, I love that attempt there from Shanique. And hey, if the third up here, you know, don't succeed, try again.
Yeah. Really good juggling from Shanique right there. Just really good situation. We said it. And now we have this Inkling, not known having strong options off the ledge, not known having strong options and disadvantages in general, and it's going to be those situations that are going to be very perilous for Shanique as he's put on the opposite side of the stage this time. Still in disadvantage, Sour Bear comes out and there's the
Say so many flavors, and yet Shanique is not liking the taste of any of them. Kerbo evening up the game count so far, and as we said, it was just that real sort of breakneck change of pace, right? It was the fact that Kerbo was so much more willing to be aggressive. We saw more and more of those sort of like those 3, 4, 5 step strings in advantage, and then just, you know, really taking it to Shanique. So we're going to see, yeah, going straight back to the same characters again. I feel like Shanique is very much locked in with the character, but you know, you've been sort of proposed with a new situation. Is I'm going to fight you, we are going to scrap, and now it is the question of how is Shanique going to respond?
That's the question. I mean, like, yeah, I mean, literally, as you said, like, you are having to deal with a completely different game plan now, and you've got to adapt. But it's all best of 5 for a reason. There was time to adapt. This is not the final game. There's so many more ahead of us. We'll have to see what Shanique can do. And again, already seeing a little bit of a response here, keeping that distance away. I feel like Shanique before was very much charging in, just, you know, as you said, Joycey, just ready to scrap. But now actually just keeping a little bit of a safe distance. You know, maybe sort of throwing out those flat shot, keep throwing out those back airs, which are very, very safe, and forcing Kerbo to be the one that actually approaches.
I love back air. Really nice move, really nice and safe, keeping me warm and toasty.
Pays your own.
Yeah, Shanique just setting up shop, setting up a little campfire, like just taking his time so he doesn't have to interact with this little monster of a character. But at the moment, Kerbo's been pretty good at breaking the pace. In particular, you'll see the space on the side of the back air, so that you can nair or as such out of shield and put into some really strong pressure situations for this back air in terms of what he does out of shield and just immediate follow-ups. And right now Kerbo is making very good use of that by taking the first stock of this game, and it is up to Shanique to sort of answer.
Not a fan of these rollers going in and out of the corner. Great stuff from Shanique, just taking a moment there to wait and react to Kerbo's drift. I love that attempt there, but fortunately not quite getting the sweet spot with that up smash. Again, another down smash to try and catch Kerbo a little bit asleep at the wheel. And it's such a scary position. And just look at that movement from Kerbo, just tempting Shanique into center stage, saying this is what you wanted, right?
That's why, Joycey, because like you make one little sort of, you give one opening, that's just it after that. You just lose your stock entirely. Shanique finding that opening, taking the stock away, keeping fairly close, but Kerbo is still slightly ahead right now and looking to capitalize on this lead as much as physically possible with Zanatti.
Yeah, this is tough. Sneak right now, really just not being able to get anything started. 9% there, nothing afterwards. Gets the dash attack, but that's only 18. And it's kind of like he's playing a percent. The fact that he can't find grabs or jabs is so significant because that's the entirety of this combo game. Finally, we get a follow-up off the back air, but the trade means he doesn't get to really continue that advantage state. And he's kind of left still lacking overall. The parry does get us a little bit. Follow-up grab, and we're off stage. It's Inkling. We trust that she can recover. But what about the ledge situation? It's an amazing recognition of that down smash. Again, we're put off stage. This is the back and forth where he's not winning.
Oh, that was beautiful. I love the empty hops there to threaten the back air and then just go for the grab anyway. Lovely movement from Kerbo. Looking to take this stock away, still on the hunt, but Shanique is playing this so carefully now. Is not going to engage in the slightest. It's just a way to do it in this game.
Seriously camp right now. No.
No.
Camp right now. Even now, camp.
Honestly, it's such a scary position to be in though, right? The fact that when you're at that 170, 180, Kirby can sneeze and it'll be the end of your stock. So it's so tricky. However, Kerbo getting a fourth throw at the edge of the stage, trying to get something a little bit more with that back air, but Shanique meeting him with one of his own. And again, another stunning edge guard, not respecting that up B and for good reason, getting those forward airs each and every time.
He cancelled the hitbox with the down B to start off with. The smart bomb cancelled it, the up B, so he can meet it without getting hit by any of the hitboxes.
So damn smart.
He's very smart. Clever guy. Has a clever jab as well. Great mix-up and finding some ink on this Kirby. Can we get a grab? Because that would be a lot of percent. We'll finally be able to answer back for all of the damage, all of the pain that Kerbo's inflicted so far in this game. Right now, both players are taking it pretty slow, pretty patient. Kerbo's winning a bit of these CQC scraps, and this is what I mean. You can't fight this guy up close. He's going to win those situations. You must put a bit of distance. And even if that means by taking your time, you have to, because right now, Kerbo's left with the lead. And it's clear why.
So scary with that ledge contact there. Obviously, one back air will seal it up right now. Kerbo is certainly on the hunt right now, but he's got to be careful because, as we've said so many times, Kirby is not a heavy character, but that forward air feels like it's got a brick in those boots sometimes. Gonna take that stock away, and Kerbo going up 2-1 after dropping the first game.
Not heavy, but heavy hitting for sure. Kerbo is... Thanks, man. I work hard.
You certainly do. You certainly do. But yeah.
He says reaching for his back bottle.
Hey.
Anyway.
Hey, so.
Okay.
You know what? If the Inkling isn't working out, then we've got to bring out the big guns. I'll put the 599 into the pin, and we're going straight for it. Of course, as you were mentioning earlier on, Zanatti, this on paper, a much nicer matchup potentially. However, of course, you know, Kerbo having an Aegis of his own as well. It is worth noting he uses it for specifically one player, which I find hilarious. But at the end of the day, you're still piloting that character at a high level. You know their strengths, and more importantly, you know their weaknesses. And he's going to be looking to really push those weaknesses on to Shanique and complete. Because this was round 1 with 3.
Wait, which player was that he
Octave.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I think it's okay that he knows Climax is weak because so does everyone. Everyone plays this character and everyone knows exactly what this character struggles with. You can see that a million times. It's not that for certain that frame 2 aired on essentially Foresight, getting out of the advantage and giving a little bit of percent on his own. But yeah, Kerbo knows this match for sure. Everyone's practiced it, everyone's played it to a degree. It's up to Shanique to decide to play it in a different way or just in a better way than everyone who's come before him, because we know that Kerbo is capable of beating these big sorties, even with
Shanique just really trying to drift to the ledge there, but sadly fell a little bit short and ate a dash attack for his efforts. Kerbo with a very fragile lead, particularly with the raw power that is Pyra, but certainly Kerbo, again, very good at playing evasive, and here we go. A bit of an unorthodox option, 33% tech chase, 2 forward tilts, 42% on the board. Not as much as you could get, but that's still solid start.
Oh no, we're still on Pyra. We're still on Pyra and we're in disadvantage. That is one of the worst characters in the game. She has a terrible air dodge, she has a terrible roll. She's really bad at escaping those situations. And Kerbo proved it. 87% racked on fairly easily. And there's still no stock, and that's a rock.
Oh, this is so tense right now. Yeah, and that's just, this is why I feel like we've been avoiding the Aegis till now. It's literally what you said right at the very start of the set, Zanatti. There was so much just chance and so much threats of the down air, the cheese onto a character, a bad recovery like Aegis does. And this is a real uphill battle for Sheik right now. Not out of it, but has got to climb.
And it's something that Zanatti, I know that we've spoken about a lot off the mic as well, but the fact that there is a real, in order to sort of pilot Pyramithra at that high level, you really need to have a solid rate of precision. This character is fairly high maintenance, don't get it twisted. And for Sheik to maybe just be bringing it out for the first time in the whole tournament, it may be that, you know, we're seeing a couple of nice little strings at those low percents with Mithra. However, it is the Pyra, and maybe it's just those little moments where it isn't quite warmed up.
Pyra, you'd assume, is like really trying to smash her because she's got this massive sword that's very active against Turbo when. But the problem is Turbo's very smart at breaking zone, and the moment he does break zone, the match is all of a sudden massively in Kirby's favor because all of a sudden this character that has terrible CPC options, is very, very bad in this message, is getting pressed.
Wow.
Back with a very early confirm, and that is why Pyra is good at the matchup. He also kills down early. We are on stage right now. He's at the ledge, finding his way out, and Upthrow is not going to be the one to kill here right now. That's why he pummels, but it is a perilous situation right now. 139% in Turbo is no straight hit kills.
One back air, one forward air, even could do it, and that is indeed going to be what takes the set away. Kerbo going 3-1 up, taking the set, moving on in top 8 of loser's side.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, really, really stunning performance there from Kerbo. After dropping that first game against Sheik's Inkling, just really adjusting that pace and then even managing to continue that with the character switch as well. It's so impressive to see him constantly surpass and surmount these almost like, on paper, really difficult like matchups that you've got to deal with time and time again. And piloted by some of the best players that we've got in the whole continent. Don't get it twisted, not just the country. But speaking of which, we have got the winner's side coming up. We have got MazeBeans and Yousef.
Yousef, yeah.
What an interesting player to have in top 8.
Right, we were talking about the best players in the continent, and yeah, MazeBeans definitely has put himself up there time and time again. He's really proven how good he is, not just on Steve, on multiple characters. He's like really tried and proven, he's beaten so many greats. And then, on the other side of the winners matchup, you have Yousef.
On a dream run.
On a dream run. Who's waving to us.
It's that guy. It's that guy.
He's happy to be here. We're happy to be watching him because, yeah, it's a dream run. Like you said, it's very interesting. Do we have the list of his wins so far to get here?
I know it included Kendrick Olimar because it was the sauciest final stock kill I have ever seen in my goddamn life. Literally, like Kendrick Olimar up, you know, sort of a good percentage. SD's his second stock with an up B, and then gets forwarded at 10% to lose the set.
That's
it was a heartbreaker,
Kendrick.
but also something you absolutely take.
That's
so
classic Kendrick.
to get Yousef going to be looking to be the Scotland Slayer throughout the rest of this, having taken out both
Bo, who
Kerbo
just
and
hates the country
Nathan
right now.
Bone Crush on the way to top 8 winners side. I know that Yousef had a really strong showing at the recent Smash Mania as well. I believe, I want to say got top 3, I want to say, maybe a little bit lower. It was at least top 5,
I think you're right on that.
But, you know, really impressive showing. Piloting, of course, that Snake where, at this point in the UK meta, certainly, there are a lot of high-level Snakes, and it feels like a borderline necessity to have that matchup under your belt if you're going to succeed at the top level. And, of course, we have got MazeBeans, who, in this whole bracket, if you go on the Start GG and look at the bracket, it's utter chaos. And then you just see this peaceful path. This peaceful journey.
I like this guy a lot because he doesn't do what the other top players in this country do to me. He's like, okay, I'm seeded to do this run. I will now do this run. I might even make an upset at the top 8, but for the most part, I'm going to do this run. It's not your Bloom, it's not your Lugis, it's not your Kendrick Olimars. He doesn't get upset really. He's very consistent, very clean. His character lends itself to that, but also his skill does. He's very good with the character. It has to be said he's made his mark. But will Yousef squash that mark and continue to be the Scotland Slayer, or will MazeBeans be consistent once more is the question.
And it's been wild as well because I remember speaking to him earlier in the year and he spoke about how, I think it's IJC, a sponsor, and how that almost like motivated him to learn those more technical elements of Steve, you know, the nils and what have you. But, you know, recently seeing on his Twitter that they've now said to him, you will stick with you, but also there are more opportunities out there. Advertise yourself. And I feel like this path that I can see MazeBeans going down is just going to be one of just constant ascension and ascension and ascension, with the motivation growing and his skill going up there as well. You know, being a pretty unarguable, I would say, top 5 player, maybe even top 3 in the UK, but of course looking to take himself even higher. And hey, being the only one to meet his seed in the top 8 so far, let me tell you, and look at that, 62% on the board. Oh my goodness, just lots of tricks and traps already. MazeBeans has already got a solid idea of what he needs to do for this matchup. I like the attempt, but Yousef just not letting the tricks and traps phase him, right? It's so tempting. You've got 2 blocks underneath, you've got a teabagging Steve, you're wondering what move is going to come out, but then Yousef has just sort of lay low to the ground. I'm not scared of your tricks. I will be fine. However, that forward smash, if it were a different material, we could be seeing a different story. However, Yousef just clinging on, and yet MazeBeans, you make me contradict myself.
Yeah, he's not looking very fine to me right now. This is looking a little bit difficult, in fact, as MazeBeans gets another 66% of a stray minecart catching Yousef out in neutral, and that's pretty tough. Snake, quite heavy, usually typically pretty hard to combo. He's like got these great defensive combos, but Steve ignores most of those by having such an amazing kill setup and abuses the fact that he's heavy actually. He's had his fantastic combos. MazeBeans already having put 102 on the second stop, lapping him in record time.
It's interesting to see as well with Yousef that, or rather with Snake, I suppose, as a whole, that Snake is one of those characters which can basically force you to approach, right? He can set up that wall of grenades, he can set up the C4s and bits and pieces, and he can essentially say, I'm staying in this corner, you come to me. But that obviously the mining of resources that MazeBeans can go for, it almost turns and says, actually, your camping is not going to benefit you. I'm going to get stronger and stronger the more that you do this. And it forces you to change that game plan slightly. It means that you can't sort of rely on like almost wearing down your opponent's mental. That back air as well, just that perfect awareness to know, right, Yousef's going to pop out, I've got this perfect move here, and smart. MazeBeans looking hella strong right now.
Yeah, I mean, MazeBeans just does this so well, where I feel like sort of just break down every single game plan always, and sort of kind of just forces his opponents to, you know, create sort of, you know, like almost fall into what game plan he wants. I mean, this could just be it right here, but thankfully Snake has one of the best with down recoveries in the game, so still going to make it back. But this is tough for Yousef right now. Needs to find his kill ASAP because we know what the kill power of Steve can be like.
Listen, MazeBeans has been dropping a couple of these confirms to try and get these kills. Finally gets a back air right at the top of the blast zone, but it felt like certainly that low recovery that we saw on the right-hand side, on top of that up air, I think trying to get to the back air and not quite working out. It feels like MazeBeans towards the end, maybe flubbing a couple of inputs, but certainly keeping his mental together and getting the result that he wants. Game 1 on the board, and Yousef, he's got to find some changes.
Yeah, what the top Steves will often do is, even if they do flub their confirms, even if they do miss a few kill opportunities, they're just going to kind of like stick to you and make sure they're still within like your general burst range, because then they can still keep on using these anvils and back airs and right parts, and you still have very strong reason to be scared. They're very, very good at sticking close to you and making you feel afraid in those high percent situations, and MazeBeans clearly exhibiting some sort of mastery of that.
No, it's exactly that though, right? It's that fear factor that you miss that kill confirm and you almost think that you're dead, and then you have that moment of relief, but then realize that actually you're not out of the woods just yet. You know, the trees are coming closer and closer and closer, and it's so impressive to see, particularly from a character where obviously outside of the obvious minecart and anvil, the agility on Steve is really, really low. A very, very slow character. So being able to sort of stick on like that and just keep that pressure going, Smart, it's so impressive to see.
It really is. We'll have to see what Yousef can do here in this game too. Certainly still not out of it yet. There are still many more games to be played. Let's see what kind of changes can be made. I feel like already we're kind of slowing things a little bit down. I love this sort of the duck down actually of the down tilt to just kind of slide under that up tilt for MazeBeans. But of course, so tough. It's you have to really nickel dime this so often. Just make sure you don't actually get hit by any of these up tilts.
It does feel like power play should be quite diverse in this matchup, because we've had so many Cola Hurt sets over the past 2 years. But it certainly feels like it's these two characters you can see side by side a lot of the time in Japan. And so perhaps they both have very good resources to know what exactly they should be doing, when they should be using crouch, how to use your block, and really how to find your C4s, because that was really well hidden underneath the
I was going to say, I feel like the
believe.
TNT really hit that.
Yeah.
So impressive to see. One thing that I'm already seeing as well, just a little detail that Yousef is showing here, is that I've played MazeBeans once and I've seen his gameplay. My man loves a spot dodge.
Yes.
He loves a little spot dodge. And Yousef has been going for, we've seen neutral airs and we've seen a couple of down airs already because of those lingering hitboxes, being able to catch that habit from MazeBeans, and Yousef thankfully just getting there close enough. That was very much optimistic. However, MazeBeans just taking on the block
barely any lag on it. We can kind of just spur it out if I feel like it might work.
Wow.
Speaking of what might work, apparently that the Keith angle will. Just coming back on stage and coming to jump from ledge, a very strong option from Yousef, but a very interesting one still, and how that angle works. And this is quite the lead he's managed to rack up. And snaking the lead is like one of the most annoying things to fight in the game, I think.
Yeah, we're going to see if that tech skill that MazeBeans has been practicing comes into effect at this point. Going to need quite the strings to be able to come back from this lead, particularly when Yousef, I mean, I was about to say, particularly that Yousef not planning to approach, however, he is still in his face and still more than happy to scrap.
Yeah, it's a nice change up in tempo. Typically, you just don't expect to fight here at all, but he's going to run across the entire stage to tap exactly.
He's intent on charging this block down.
He's a brave man.
He never misses cardio day. He never misses cardio day.
I mean, you've seen them fire, like, you know, man wasn't.
Anyway, but certainly, yeah, Yousef doing a real good job. It's sort of been very evenly paced again. Another C4 hiding around that crafting table just to keep MazeBeans on his toes. And here we go, the down throw into the tech chase. Ooh, I love the attempt, just going for one and knowing not to go for. Oh my God, we nearly had to defense it.
We could have sealed it up there, Yousef. Okay,
Right,
there we
both look like the
go.
coolest players of all time, and then they look like the worst players of all time. That was very amusing from the two players on screen right now. And speaking of amusing, we have a 1-1 set, which it's nice. It feels good. It feels good that we're like having very consistently close matches so far in this top 8. We've seen every single set so far go 1-1.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, all 8 players, I mean, they fought tooth and nail to get to this point anyway, but it really is just, I mean, as you say, Zanatti, it kind of shows how close in skill level all of this is. That, like, there has not been a single wash so far, and this one again is looking like it's going to be really a very interesting set. Yousef looking honestly quite dominant in that second game. I didn't really feel like there was many opportunities for MazeBeans to kind of get back into it.
Yeah, I mean, there was that point with a 3-1 lead, right? And even though MazeBeans was slowly but surely crawling his way back into it, it was just that the lead was so strong and Yousef's game plan was so airtight that even though he was sort of making those claws, he didn't manage to get that crack in the armor to be able to get through and take it in 2-0 fashion. However, we are off to Town and City. MazeBeans' is counter pick here, and, you know, a little bit of extra space. Hey, we can all benefit from some
There's a little bit of extra space in it, but it's also a damn good stage to sleep. There's a lot of wood and iron on this stage, and you love those resources. Wood has some of the best combos actually on this character. Even though there's less damage, it means run with combos a lot of the time, and iron is just phenomenal. It's what you use for minecarts, it's what you use for anvils, it's everything to this character.
MazeBeans just being utterly relentless at the moment, just meeting him there with a forward air, and Yousef not quite managing to live the hit. 110% on that forward air, and again, that another slight benefit from Town and City. Those closer side blast zones going to be getting those kills just that touch earlier this morning.
Yeah, and I want to like sort of point out something I found sort of quite interesting, even though it didn't really quite play out. Yousef has been dropping those C4s in between the block pillars. So obviously, sort of the way that MazeBeans has been doing the sort of blocks, he kind of leaves that one gap that he normally leaves for the minecart to slide through. Yousef has been leaving a C4 inside those, so even when the block goes away, the C4 just drops to the floor. It's been so interesting. It hasn't quite played out yet, but it's really interesting kind of little matchup detail that I think is very interesting to watch.
Yeah, clearly Yousef is incredibly adept with C4 in general, and he's used it to get so many kills already. I mean, not 100%, but MazeBeans is quite adept with F smash, and that's a much stronger tool than C4, I think. I think it hurts a lot more. It's very strong. That's good. That's great for MazeBeans, honestly. Big lead, and this is a good stage. For patience, it's a good stage. For combos and platforms, this is a perfect platform layout as well for some really good extensions at this point. So you have to be careful to not get caught by an up tilt. Well, I think we're looking at a solid 70.
Yeah, and here we go. We'll see what MazeBeans can do. Oh my goodness, and that SDI to get behind
Insane.
forward air as well. Again, Yousef knowing that you need to have this matchup down. That SDI has to be on point. History certainly repeats itself in that regard, but certainly MazeBeans at the moment just an entire stock ahead with a diamond in the pocket and a diamond in the backpack ready for the next stock as well. My man is looking incredibly well prepared.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's just this whole thing of MazeBeans forcing Yousef to be the one to approach right now, and I love to just little walk forward as a pocket follows him. But again, MazeBeans really is just, he is in the driver's seat right now. He's going to make Yousef come to him, and I mean, with diamond in the pocket, you know, with everything that MazeBeans has got right now, that's not what you want to be doing.
Yeah, there we go. Yousef finally catching a bit of a lazy descent there with the up tilt, going to kill it 150%. Of course, that move ludicrously strong in every single scenario. However, speaking of ludicrously strong, that back air going to take it for MazeBeans. 2-1 up so far, a low 1 stock lead there. And as I say, MazeBeans, pillar of consistency.
Yeah, pillar of consistency. That back air especially consistent, and that up tilt, both using their incredibly strong, consistent kill moves. But MazeBeans simply had the lead. He just did too much early on, and Yousef wasn't quite able to close that gap in any sort of significant way. And again, we're looking at a 2-1 lead that looks quite strong in Game 3. I'm starting to see a pattern.
Yeah, there was
in
definitely
these
some
sets.
sort of curse going on right now. Yeah, we'll have to see if Yousef is the one to finally break that curse, take us to a fabled Game 5, or if MazeBeans is going to continue his path onwards into Winners Final. This is a big, big game. Both these players want that spot in Winners Finals, but only one of them's going to take it. See what Yousef can do.
Off to Battlefield, there's platform just offering a little bit more options in terms of recovery, as well as an extra little set to place your tricks and traps for both of these players. Don't get it twisted, certainly, but you know, Yousef getting that little bit more of extra damage on himself with that C4. Blesserman just covering that with the left-hand platform, and we can see just the grenades to cover the front, Snake himself covering the back. All of this coverage, and yet MazeBeans just managing to sail back, but still stuck.
Right now, kind of just setting up like a minefield in order to stuff out, making on the corner, but making something right back at him. And it's very quick to get that situation and restart his own. He's trying to stick to him. Minecart's lingering hitbox, so really shouldn't exist in my opinion. Goes to chase down Yousef at the moment, and he's still kind of getting bullied. He doesn't have the iron for the anvil for that photo to come out, but he's still getting chased down, and he can't do anything about Steve's shield safety. He's got no reprieve right now from MazeBeans, who is putting on a show.
The hit into the block to then force the up smash to connect is insane for MazeBeans there, taking that stock away, looking quite comfortable. It's all up to Yousef right now to take that first stock away from MazeBeans, but I mean, gold on deck as well right now. Of course, one of those up tilt connects. That's going to be really serious damage, Joycey.
Just slowly but surely taking his time, going big with that forward smash. However, Yousef not quite biting the bullet. And another up smash to boot as well, nearly being lapped in percent at the moment, going for a quite haphazard up tilt there. But the second one, hey, if it works, let me tell you.
Let's go leg. Thank leg.
Flexible.
He really is.
Like how? Look how built he is. How is he that flexible to be able to do that kick? It's
Cardio during the week, Pilates on the weekend. That's what we're saying. That's what we're saying.
I used to be able to do that before the arthritis, but
I'm proud of you.
thank you.
Show me later if you want. Anyway.
Well, I can't do it now because the arthritis.
Wait.
Anyway, going back to this set at the moment, MazeBeans, of course, with the 100% lead, trying to get something there, and just going for that forward smash.
Sam, focus on the set.
But again, you know,
Forward
Yousef,
air,
yeah, we come down. Whoa!
Oh god, he's just managed to get stuck at this point. There's the third one.
And it works!
And it works! A big option from MazeBeans to get a big lead as well. Really sort of taking this set by the reins, 26% put off, and he's going to be climbing to the top of the stage with the blocks as well. Opts to just kind of take it slow a little bit, force Yousef to come in on him, and I think it's a smart option as well. Snake, not the craziest of broken options overall. If he plays it safe, plays it slow, he might be able to have a little bit of percent, but playing it pretty well. A lot of dash attacks coming out, and that invincibility on that move is doing a lot of the work for sure, but still, it's looking a little bit better for Yousef, not looking fantastic.
That was a very, very strange interaction with the block there, almost taking it on the side and then rolling onto the top, but of course, as we say, and I'm convinced,
oh my god,
wow,
just the S-mesh wind up.
I love the vision, it didn't quite work out, but I love what MazeBeans was going for, and again, it's just these tricks and traps that MazeBeans is so good at. Ooh, and had the up B as well, so good from Yousef. However, getting caught over the air dodge to the right-hand platform, getting caught with that up smash. And we can see right now it's so delicate.
This has been such a violent few interactions recently. I feel like they are probably scrapping right now. Yousef is doing everything he physically can. The Nikita dropped down. I love the sort of disengage as well to let it drop down and hit MazeBeans. This is not impossible for the Snake main here, but has got to be very, very careful. Can no longer scrap, because I feel like with Diamond on deck, you try and scrap with a Steve right now, it's going to end with your life being forfeit.
Yeah, the idea really is to make him kind of come into him and get hit by grenades as he extends off of them. And right now, MazeBeans he's using a lot of minecarts to approach. But that's really how Yousef has to rock, as I said, with patient, slow gameplay. And that is the name of the game from both players right now, as MazeBeans is engaging in a little bit of platform camping, a little bit of slow play himself. He's not just going to give Yousef these easy approach options. He's feinting a lot, which is really nice to see. And then a lot of angles coming out as well. He's mixing in these strong options with these feints. But right now, nothing seems to be working. Yousef is not taking percent in ages.
Yeah! That really will be it. As soon as got hit by the minecart, I think all of us got to wait with bated breath to see how it'd be. You got to mash out so quickly, and that's not easy. That's all the percentage. It is MazeBeans continuing on the 3-1 curse here, moving on to winners finals, doing Scotland proud to continue that bracket path.
I mean, honestly, truly impressive. And again, it's one of those where, you know, like we speak about these elements of like inconsistencies, and particularly when you look at the bracket, you look at these players that are, you know, have had to make these sort of like really struggling losers runs and clawing their way into sort of the bottom of the barrel of top 8. But
yeah, in
the same vein, it's like you've just got a player like MazeBeans who is just so damn consistent all the way through. But coming up now, another player who we've got, you know, a tale of two sides of the spectrum, right? We've got the one player that was very much expected to be here in Askro, and then we have got ToeJam, who has been an absolute titan all the way throughout this bracket, making upset after upset to get here.
Yeah, I believe what clinched it for him to get into this winner's side was an upset over Benethan, who had upset Bloom. So very interesting path overall. ToeJam has been also Giggles and Solars 3-0 each, which is incredible.
Wow.
Whereas Askro has also not had an easy path either. He beat Shanique and he reversed 3-0'd Mr. WhatsApp earlier today. In Ness Min, which I don't believe is the easiest match to navigate. So both players have really kind of fought tooth and nail to get here. But it's kind of ToeJam that's actually looked a bit more confident. It's kind of put on the clinic at the moment. So we're in a very interesting situation. What's also interesting is that I don't think ToeJam can go Snake into a Ness.
Yeah, I mean, this is the really interesting part of it now, because that matchup is not fantastic for Snake.
It's pretty bad, actually.
It's pretty damn bad, yeah. To the point, I feel like if you've got a Snake in your region, please just pocket or secondary a Ness. You know, it just might help you out. But it is going to be really interesting. I don't know what kind of secondaries ToeJam has. I feel like I've only ever seen the Snake, unless you know better.
I feel like I've seen him play a lot of things, actually.
Oh, really?
The one time I played him against him, he went DK, so...
Okay.
But I think I've seen him play like Me-Gunner.
Okay.
That was, yeah.
I can see that.
But his best character has certainly been a Snake, and right now we're looking at it, and he has some Snake, and he has chosen Snake as we get into game 1. Other things to say about this matchup is that I think Askro's played about 20 million times.
Yeah.
He is very practiced. London is known for its little bit of its snake infestation, and the online waters aren't free of him either. He is omnipresent, so to speak, and so I believe it is Askro who will have a lot of the matchup familiarity over ToeJam, who's going to need to play this very well in order to clinch yet another huge win in this big run of his.
I mean, obviously we talk about kind of, you know, sort of that the matchup is tough for Snake, but I mean, what we obviously don't talk about is the fact that Snake still has a lot of very hard-hitting moves, and if Askro can't sort of navigate around those, that still could very much change how this plays out. But I mean, Askro just does not miss those ever. My goodness.
I love the rhythm on that down to F smash. I feel like it feels so sad. It's like, It's like so cool coming out from Askro, who is, as always, clean in this advantage state.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, you got to pick your poison at that point. Of course, you can use the down B to deal with that Nikita. However, you are going to have to deal with the potential of the 2-frame. And let me tell you, that forward smash, it is disgustingly strong, particularly with that little bit of charge as well. You're going to be dying very early, as Askro finding that out the hard way so far, as ToeJam keeps himself in this game 1.
Who gives a damn if you can heal, if you're just going to get smacked by that forward smash. But this is what Askro does. The forward air comes out. Not quite a stock, though. ToeJam is still living on here, but got to go back to the ledge with Askro just sharking underneath, trying to find our way through the forward air. Got to poke through the shield again. The high recovery, I do like that from ToeJam, though, to navigate around from this Ness main right now.
We can just see at the moment Askro, there we go, just dancing back and forth and getting that back throw. It's tried and true. 20 years in the making, that back throw, but certainly Askro having a really good idea on the matchup. And even when the grenades come out in that situation to combo break, it doesn't matter when you've got that lead. It's so, so good for you. And here we go, the mix-up once again.
Third one. Fourth one.
Oh.
The fourth one would have worked.
Don't you know the rules are 4?
Zanati's got messified, by the way, if you want to. If you want
Like that
excellent
for real.
advice
You
like
should-
that.
Hey, you're retired
nice.
now. You could, yeah.
I'm retired. I'm nice and well at this game. I can give some good advice. For example, he really needs to up
was
tilt right
PR'd in
now.
UK
Okay,
once.
not that up tilt, but the next one. Probably will hit right now. Sojam is going to be looking for those really strong kill options from Snake. Back air, up tilt, nair, down air. Literally any area will kill. F tilt will kill. He's got so many options, but Astro's not making it easy. He's kind of just going from side to side of the stage, all the while high up in the air where Snake's little limbs cannot reach. And it's,
Oh my goodness, what a call out.
Yeah.
Where are you rolling?
God damn.
Where was
Wow.
he? Where was he rolling?
That was cold.
I don't think Astro needs my math high, guys. I think he's all right.
I think he's good. I don't think he's going to be enlisting your services, dude. I'm sorry.
No, I think he's good. I think he's going to take care of himself, man.
I think an interesting point that we sort of begin to touch on, right, was obviously, you know, when you're at those higher percents, that up tilt is going to be sort of flying out a dime a dozen. And it's really tricky for Ness because for the most part, Ness wants to be in the air against you using those fantastic aerials to either combo kill or whatever really you want. So Astro has got such good mobility with the character that he was almost dancing and weaving around that threat range of the up tilt just to try and get ToeJam to swing, and then a lovely call out on the defensive habit. There was such a wonderful way to close out game one, but ToeJam is not going to be able to just throw out these up tilts and hope that it works out. He's going to need something a little more to catch Astro sleeping, but certainly at the moment he's got a very nice lead at this point in time.
Yeah, he is currently just kind of using all those big Snake normals to fend off this little creature of the character. He's working so far, you know, to find his way back on stage, but Astro with a very bold and brazen landing makes it back, but he's not quite tracking the C4 timer. For once, Ness takes damage from that move, but Snake takes damage from his own explosion with the back throw into the grenade, taking the stock from ToeJam. A very, very humorous interaction.
Loving these sort of short up down airs, and oh my goodness, you can't grab that. Excellent,
almost
excellent
killed.
DI. Yeah, I was going to say that PK rocket is so, so strong, but on a stage,
Please don't.
just hold on. Just hold on.
Yeah, that OB hit, so now he thinks he can just go for every single crackhead option. ToeJam saying,
Yeah,
"Put a
we
little
do
bit-
need to chill. We're
please
like,
put a
yeah.
little bit of respect on me, please, man. I'm still here. I'm still fighting. But Hasbro is winning. He's conquering right now, putting ToeJam off stage 119. Doesn't quite get the confirm, but he's put back on stage again. This situation continues. He heals. He is unstoppable right now, putting on all the damage, whereas there is none to his name. ToeJam at the moment stuck in the corner, but finally loses that stock to the back air.
I mean, this is why like the matchup's so tough. I mean, like in all of our interactions, there, what could ToeJam actually do? You cannot, you know, contest with Asco. Is just floating all around you, and then single PK magnet into the back air is just to confirm that kills. It's so tough, and it doesn't really feel like ToeJam. This is a good. We got a setup here. Does not pay out though, but I don't feel like Asco is gonna be too unhappy about one. Goes to the up B, doesn't get it. Is only gonna get punished by the second hit of the down smash though.
Oh, that would have been funny if he died.
Astro cares about one thing, and it is Twitter viewership.
Oh yeah.
At the moment, just trying to disrespect in the best way possible. Jab one, trying to get the same read.
No way! Get away from him!
Oh my god. Okay, I'm just curious to see what Asco does now to kill, because we're gonna see something, aren't we? Yep. We're going up. Alright.
Yeah, and there we go. Gonna make it. Oh,
There we go.
Give Asco the time.
There we
Give Asco
go.
one of your counters.
I was
Asco. What
waiting
is
for him
this?
to die in a stupid way. Wait for it.
I mean, this is the thing, right? Of course, there's some.
What
Oh,
are we
there is.
doing?
There is some confidence.
Wait, Asco!
Oh my god.
We've seen. Oh, there we go.
my
Right.
God.
Everybody breathe.
Don't nod. Stop
Everyone
nodding.
Yeah, don't you nod. Stop it. But I was just like, yeah, no, that's pretty good actually.
No, I did a great job.
That was nice, yeah.
You could have died. I promise you Ness could die in that situation on stage.
Cease your actions right now, immediately.
Okay.
Goddamn.
We return back to Hollow Bastion. I don't think stage is definitely the problem here. I think it's very clear that Astro simply has a stronger advantage straight and is playing the neutral in a very evasive way. So stage, we're going back to Olive Bastion in the sweet embrace of Blast Off Gummy Ship for potentially the final game of this set. It has not followed the pattern of every other set so far, so it very well might be current to Toe Jam, as Astro is clearly trying to put on a different show to everyone else, the Astro show, so to speak, and it commences with a couple of forward airs.
It's so interesting to see as well, right? Because it's just that. Oh my goodness!
Wait.
Oh, wow!
He's really smart!
Okay, here we go. Anything going? Nope, not quite. Okay. Thing is with Astro is that like he's got this such proficiency in the matchup, and yeah, just holding it all the way there. Toe Jam, as you say, just complete checkmate situation there. But we're gonna see what Astro can do, and a down air.
I agree with that. That was a good decision. Don't ever doubt that.
Honestly.
Believe in yourself, no one else will.
Just that young man confidence, right? Just swinging like nothing bad has ever happened to him, and it is working so far. However, Toe Jam not quite out of it just yet. Fairly even, all things considered. I love that parry into the down air, just trying to get something started, catching that side magnet down with the up tilt and a C4 to boot as well. And Astro, he is at kill percent, and you can see right now he's sort of put on his sensible trousers for a moment.
It's funny watching him just like really kind of lock in for a few minutes each stock.
Just pick the standard Ness option on that ledge. That hold down smash. It works wonders on so many players, and the Toe Jam seems to be one of them, as Astro is currently just forcing that way down his throat. Finally, Toe Jam gets a little bit of a free, but still, he's at the ledge against Ness. It's like not a situation you want to be in. You're still not comfortable by any means, and Astro continues with these down airs, but a nice conversion from Toe Jam's going to deal a neat little 62, which is questionable for his owner.
Oh, and here we go. We'll see what Astro can get. That grenade, getting Toe Jam out of dodge just about. And this is the thing. We have got Ness a couple of hits away from being at kill percent, but Toe Jam has got to deal with this real agility that he's been showing time and time again, and just went for it. He just went for it.
I forgot he SD'd. I forgot that was last stop.
Yeah, I mean, this is why sometimes you've got to not mess around, because this can happen. We are seeing a 2-1 right now, and wasn't, the two kind of, games up from the other player, but this time, are we seeing a similar curse? Are we not?
I love the fact that Toe Jam was just willing to go for it as well. Like, there's such that temptation to almost wait in your head to confirm the read and then go for the kill. But the fact that Toe Jam was just like, right, I'm going to dash forward, anticipate you to roll away, and I'll up tilt, and let's hope it works. And lo and behold, it puts him with the game on the board. And honestly, Toe Jam looking incredibly strong at this point here, just using those multi-hits from Snake to just box with this schoolchild. We can see at the moment Toe Jam just stuck in the corner of the stage. Up tilt not quite going to work out, however, manages to get away. Dash attack to cover the PK fire option. We're going to see what we can get.
I feel like up tilt should be like that great equalizer in those sort of situations where he's lingering above him, but Astro's like just too clean with the movement right now, and it's too evasive at the moment. Toe Jam's not finding significant penetration from his magnets, which is really allowing Astro to get back in, because he had done so much work in game percent, and he's lost 20 of it already, and Astro's done 97 of it back already, so we're looking very even right now. A lot of up tilts coming out from Toe Jam, but not quite making his mark just yet. Instead, it is the C4 right as Astro lets go.
Ooh, and I think I saw the vision there in that up air. Going to go for an up smash instead to take the stock, but I saw the vision there just being almost half a second too late. But yeah, as you say, it's so interesting to see just the maneuverability. Ooh. Here we go. The little jabs to get off there, trying to lock it down. Love that parry. We've been seeing that a little bit more from Toe Jam, just anticipating these relentless buttons from Astro and just having a move ready, particularly that down air out of shield. It is deceptively fast, and that up tilt hit from a mile away, I've got to say.
It's a good move, isn't it? It's a scary little move that he is building right there. That he is building with no judiciousness whatsoever. He is letting that thing fly right now, and it's not quite working out. Astro's getting a little bit of percent finding and gets back into the stock a little bit. Overall, still not looking too bad. If he can manage to magnet something, that's huge for him, to be honest. And overall, like, we know that Astro is kind of on this pressure with the up air catching him out, sort of even up the stakes a little bit. And again, that outside's catching up, and he's just got to stop jumping from ledge, man. It's that's 3 times, I believe, now. The Toe Jam's been caught in the exact same way, and that's just relying on it, maybe even to seal out the stack, because this could be ToeJam's winner's side stock.
Yeah, I mean, like, you know, I'll tell you what, I loved, actually, I thought the interaction was going to be that Nikita was just going to explode onto the PK Magnet, but actually sending it high and let it drop down meant that Asko had to just trigger the PK Magnet early, and then it just ran out, dropped down, smacked into it, interrupt the recovery. That's just curtains for that stock. Asko in a tough position, but, you know, ToeJam in a tough position, but still not out of this right now.
I love the fact that ToeJam saw that the second PK Thunder came out and he just dipped. He was like, I'm having none of this. I'm not dealing with any of your shenanigans. I'm not dying at 30. I'm not going on your Twitter. But just keeping it maintained, keeping it composed, just even in this really dicey situation, just being ledge trapped consistently by Asko. And yeah, just that explosion stopping ToeJam from getting a punish on the PK Magnet. And these nairs at shield as well. Asko just not really respecting these multi-hits from Snake. And I like the attempt, however, B reverse is just going to go straight into that Yo-Yo's swirling blades. And hey, another 3-1 on the board.
Another 3-1, it happened again.
Nothing but 3-1 so far in this record. Nothing but down smashes coming out right there. ToeJam just really wasn't, it feels like, understanding or perhaps respecting that Asko has this very active, very strong option at the ledge that you just have to respect overall. And that leads Asko to a win. He will be facing down MazeBeans for like the 1,000,000th time this year.
I was going to say, I feel like we've seen that one a few times.
Yeah, but still, it's the players most deserving of it. It's the players that have played best so far. But our next set coming up, going back into the loser side of things.
That is interesting storytelling.
It's Kerbo versus Yousef. And do you want to give the information the production has just fed to us?
Yeah, so Yousef, actually the one that sent Kerbo into losers. And it was a 3-0 to Yousef as well. What an interesting little tidbit that is. Thank you, production. Let us know. It's going to be really interesting. Obviously, like, you know, winners is not always, you know, kind of the same as, you know, how losers could go. So let's see what Kerbo can do this time. It's been a few sets since then. They have both had time to kind of interact and come away from that set. So see if Kerbo can make it happen in the most important set of the day.
Yeah.
Definitely feels like Yousef has had sort of like a more chilled path to get here, right?
Yeah.
It feels like, you know, being in that winner's side, you do play less sets as you go on, and just being able to sort of continue your run and take those breaks, and you can think more about the potential opponents that you've got, whereas Kerbo has been sort of ride or dying this entire losers run ever since.
I feel like
Yousef
bro has been stressed.
Honestly.
Been fighting for his damn life so far.
But hey, he made it back, right?
He's still breathing, that's
for
sure. Made it back all the way to Yousef, and it is an interesting matchup. It's interesting that I 3-0'd him. I don't believe Kerbo is like bad in the Snake matchup whatsoever. I think I've seen him play before, and he's succeeded, but it doesn't seem like it'd be easy for Kirby. You have to approach into the Snake. You don't have projectiles. You've got nothing but CQC options, meaning you must interact with grenades, and those grenades can possibly perturb your advantage state. So overall, it does seem like it would be Snake favored. It does seem like there is work to be done on Kerbo's behalf, but from what we know of this kid, from what we know of his entire journey throughout this game, is that if it's possible, he can do it.
Yeah. We'll have to see what happens here. It's going to be a really, really interesting set. Obviously, both these fighting to keep their bracket dreams alive. This is a losers round 2 set. One of these two will be dipping out at 5th place, which is obviously a solid result, but you want to get to that top 4. You want to make it through, and only one of them can.
Yep.
Yeah, Snake and Kirby being locked in as we start out in this game 1. As we mentioned, a run back from winner's side. One of these players, whether we'll see Yousef submit Kerbo to the same fate or whether Kerbo has had enough time to make those adjustments, we will see a small battlefield to start. We're keeping it claustrophobic here, folks.
So let's see. Okay, game 1 on small battlefield. This feels like a kind of a sort of favorable stage choice from Kerbo. I feel like this is one he likes to go to quite often. Let's see what happens here. Like again, it's always these like first few interactions, Joycey, that I quite enjoy watching, see how both approach it, and both of them honestly actually quite seeming like happy to just scrap a little bit, honestly.
Yeah, I think it's particularly the C4s that Kerbo's going to have to watch out for, right? You've got this sort of like, you're dashing back and forth and trying to anticipate Snake's movement. Again, Snake having limited air mobility. You've got a couple of mix-ups, but certainly not the most agile character in the book. But just Yousef having the option of like, okay, regardless of what your plan is to deal with this, I've got this bit covered. So you need to relook at the plan. You need to relook at the plan. But certainly at the moment, very much a slow start, a very, very aggressive short hop forward there from Yousef, just to get a little bit of damage. And ooh, trying to catch the roll read there. However, Kerbo not quite giving it to him, but still in disadvantage.
It's been really interesting because I feel like we started off this game with these two both just going at each other. Since then, I mean, as you said to us, we've slowed this right down. Like, Kerbo now just quite happy to just kind of float, you know, like have a little vibe in the corner, just wait for Yousef to approach and do something. And it's really interesting to see that's how Kerbo is approaching this match. I feel like from what we've seen of the few interactions so far, it does feel like, you know, once, you know, Kerbo makes like that risky option, like does go in slightly, is when Yousef has been getting so much damage out from that.
There we go, as I mentioned earlier, that C4, right? Just Kerbo trying to keep that in that dash attack range to be able to react with the shield. However, just getting sort of burnt alive for his troubles, really. And I love that they're just using the down throw to set off the grenade, but keeping the armor as well. So you've got advantage. However, Snake being sent a little bit too far. However, that back air going to send just far enough for Yousef to lose that first stock. And Kerbo very much keeping it even so far.
Yeah, I mean, just such a close first game here. Kerbo trying to get a little bit of sequence going, but Yousef is just navigating around it. Again, it's all about just trying to get through this bombardment. But a little sequence here is beginning for Kerbo, but gets slightly just blundered at the end there. But still, 68% is nothing to sneeze at, keeping it going. Whacking this damage up right now for Kerbo, who is looking to try and seal up a stock if he can. But again, he's got to just navigate around this entire minefield of grenades. Keep an eye on C4. There's a lot to keep in mind, and it's tough when you're just a blue puffball.
We can see at the moment Yousef struggling to deal with Kerbo's small size there. Kirby's small size, I should say. Just, we saw that sort of approaching neutral air to try and catch Kerbo, but just sailing straight over him and then eating a punish for it. That shield looking a little bit low, I've got to say, and Kerbo managing to get one hit forward there, but just having to eat the hit in the process. And that shield is looking tiny!
Yeah, I mean, Kerbo's got to be so careful. I mean, you literally could see, I think this is why he's now just kind of floating around. Does get the grab, I mean, obviously that will give him time to replenish that shield. Going to be going high, but Snake can go higher. Kirby can only float so far. The back end lands, not going to take the stock just yet, but a up air there to catch the slightly higher recovery is lovely stuff from Kerbo, who takes that second stock away and gives himself a small opening lead here.
I mean, it's been such a devastating close stock, right? We've had the C4 from Yousef, and we've had the up tilts and the up airs from both of these characters, and yet it feels like no matter how much advantage these two have, we just end up at that same point time and time again. It's just been dead even so far, and these trades are just keeping that in motion.
Yeah, at the moment it's Kerbo.
Hold on.
Sorry, did you have a point? Were you going to make a point, Zanati? Did you have some analytical feedback?
Kerbo's putting a stop to the motion right now. He's putting the brakes on.
Yeah.
He's changing it up.
Yeah.
He's taking game one in a very, very interesting fashion.
Did, yeah.
That's my point, Smar.
Good.
It's the hell up.
I'm glad you got it out. Welcome back, by the way.
Hello.
Shout out to Kerbo. Shout out to Kerbo. Again, it's that jarring change of pace, right, is that all the way throughout this we've been seeing the percents go up to that sort of like 120, 130, 140 mark, and it's been these sort of like, not necessarily fishing, but more like throwing out a lot of these just stray, strong hits. And then you have a moment like that where, particularly Snake, you can be living, you know, minimum, you know, 130, 140, if not even higher. And then you get back aired at 60. And it's like, oh, whoops. But never heard of you. Just gone. Hold on.
I was going to say, I mean, I doubt see Mega Man. I love Mega Man. One of my favorite characters.
But Yousef does not.
No.
He loves Snake.
He likes
And
Snake.
we
I
are
was
here.
hopeful for a moment. Yeah. Snake.
1, go!
Whoa.
Cool character, man.
I do actually quite like Snake, actually, in fairness.
Why? My bad.
Anywho.
My
You
bad.
just said cool character.
Did you hear the sarcasm in my voice? No.
Anyway, game 2.
Here we go. So Kerbo, again, it is the name of the game. You've got to get as much percentage as possible. Getting a couple of forward airs and some weird hurtbox shifting there, meaning that Kerbo wasn't able to get that. Getting the trick, going for the down throw, just to rack on that little bit of extra damage. Yousef being just a step ahead there, ready for the punish. Ooh, and I love that from Kerbo, not having confidence quite in the confirm, but instead just, like you mentioned earlier, you don't go for that kill, but sometimes you just float around, you almost tempt the idea of it just to keep in their heads.
Yeah, keep it in their heads, and also if they then swing in a very bad way and like they're baited into the option, you get an easy kill.
Turbo just trying to catch these jumps away from the side of the stage. So I mean, the back air is such a quick option here, and Snake getting all the way up to that minimum, like I'm saying, 140% on the board at the moment. Kerbo sticking around these platforms, knowing that an up throw on the platforms will probably spell Yousef's demise. However, he's got to get down from this bullet hell that Yousef is putting him in at the moment.
Yeah. Yousef's playing like a very far distance away until he comes in with a nair on the burst range. Very ill-advised against a small character, to be honest. It's really not going to be fun to practice. But I did like how he was using the space. He was like roughly or close to a quarter's length away from Garby, and that's the perfect range for Snake, like being able to pressure with his projectiles. But Turbo just about breaks the distance with that down tilt, puts on some 34. Whiff punishes the down tilt with his own very nice shots from Yousef, who tries to keep him in the air. He's trying to make sure that he can secure a stock before 2 against Rakton. Snake does not like playing from behind too much. He can do damage, but when he's forced to actually don't trade, it's perilous. But at the moment, Yousef is managing to tie it all the way back up to even stocks.
It was such a disgusting sort of few seconds, right? The fact that Yousef had the C4 in the center and was throwing all of these grenades around it almost forced Kerbo to have to recover onto the platforms, in which case the up tilt was just laying there in wait. Excellent stuff for Yousef going that little bit lower and air dodging up, just not even anticipating the idea of forward smash, not letting it even be a factor in getting back to stage. But again, we're going to see if Kerbo can catch on the way down the up air, not quite connecting at the moment, and Kerbo is just boarding the platforms at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, it's... Kirby does not have many options to land anyway, and it feels very tough, especially when you've got Yousef just sharking underneath. But I've been so impressed by the way that Kerbo has been constantly navigating around all of that, around the bullet hell that you've talked about before, and still able to find those stocks right now. But obviously, it's tough when you're such a light character. We said it time and time again. This character does not weigh very much. He's full of air, and that up air is certainly going to take away the second stock.
I believe the Rage must have contributed, but I can't believe that was a guaranteed kill. I can't believe that kill with Rock was quite guaranteed. But honestly, what the hell? 70% into up air is killing. That's pretty questionable, I think. But still, Yousef, great recognition of the situation. He goes to get that stock, does not quite get caught by the grenade, and neither does Kerbo. So Kerbo is managing to continue his CQC sequence, to continue putting 1%, 48% racked on quickly on to Yousef, who is reeling right now. 87 follow-up from the grenade. Kerbo placing himself firmly in advantage.
Yousef just fast falling to the right-hand side there, knowing that Kirby had to get back down to stage to reset those jumps, so just getting down a little bit quickly before Kerbo could realistically get a kind of punish in that situation. And now the walls have been set up. However, it is Yousef trapped in the corner against Kirby. Again, I love that longer duration of the down throw, sorry. Not only does it have that bit more damage to it compared to the other throws, but also the fact that it lasts that long. It means that you can armor through all of those grenades, and a fake finish. We are nearly at the end of this game unless Yousef can bring something out.
Yeah, I mean,
like a game 3.
Yeah, like a game 3. Like maybe we'll just move on.
Reset the game.
Exactly. Yeah, honestly, big brain idea.
That's a smart guy.
Yeah.
Hey, look, there's a reason he's in this top 8, and we're just talking about it, right?
Hey, you played in Rivals, didn't you, Jude? So you're kind of exempt
Not
from
this
but-
top 8.
Yeah, well, that's what I was about to say. You're exempt from this.
I'm very
but
good
the
at
other
video
two-
games, unlike you, yes, but like, you know.
Okay, I'm glad we landed at the point I was about to make. Thank you for God. Anyway.
If anybody knows a good couples therapist, by the way, please pop it in the chat, because I feel like these two...
I feel like whenever we do a TriCast, it is normally just me and Jude arguing with you just kind of vibing in the middle.
Yeah,
because we had this exact same layout at the UKIE circuit.
We can turn the attention on to Joycey.
We can actually,
I'm not opposed to it.
I will fight.
I'm just here for violence.
I will fight each and every one of you. Do not test me. But certainly, two more players that are going to be fighting, of course, Yousef and Kerbo. 2-0 up in Kerbo's favour so far. It feels like Yousef has got some really nice ideas. It feels like he's playing disadvantage fairly well. Like Kerbo is not just keeping him there for those sort of like really long extended periods. But in the same vein, it does feel like not only is Kerbo sort of winning neutral more in general, but it's these sort of like these clutch moments like the rock kills and the back air stage spikes that we're seeing that he's just that little fraction ahead. And, you know, Yousef has had some really wonderful ideas, and they have been working. It's just, you've got to cross over that finish line. At the end of the day, you can be in second place, but if you've not crossed the finish line, the race is over.
Nothing matters unless you take the game in the end. all it is. He needs to take the game, he needs to take the set. And the moment Yousef's not quite managing to do either. Going on to Smashville, which is quite the interesting pick. Right now, Kerbo, well, so far Kerbo has had quite a bit of success within CQC, and this smaller stage usually lends itself to it, but I believe what Yousef is looking for is sort of these traps with Grenade and with C4 to actually like kind of choke out the space even more than Kerbo could, and like rack up the set that way. Either way, not working out at the moment.
Oh my goodness, and yeah, just sort of weaving around that area, and we've seen Kerbo cover the ledge a couple of times, so Yousef almost hoping for a nice moment. Hang on, I was going to say this is getting, we're seeing some shenanigans here, and again, Kerbo just noticing the forward smash and just getting out of dodge, just saying, you know what, I'm not losing a stock at 60, come on, you got to earn this, come on.
Here comes out, 115% of the kill, but there it is, with an angle that no one could have predicted, takes Kerbo off the top of the stage, and finally, Yousef has a way back in, lands with that very active back air. There's a little bit of damage, has grenades to sort of separate the two, which is nice. He can't continue his string if there's bombs around, but still not quite in Yousef's favor yet. Kerbo is sort of like angling for that hit, you can see.
Just see the delicate nature between these two players, just the slowing down at the moment. Kerbo stuck on that side, going for the inhale of all things, and Yousef stunning the eye there to get away from the up tilt back air, but Kerbo managing to find a second one. Oh, and I love that, just using the grenade to just adjust that trajectory slightly. That's so smart.
It's clever because like the back air was coming. It was looming. It was very much, the threat was there. But the grenade actually saving Yousef from a premature death. Keep things nice and close in this second stock. But I mean, it's so scary. Again, we talked about how Kirby can struggle to land. I mean, Yousef is so ready to just shark underneath of those up airs and take away another stock. Kerbo still fighting through it. The neutral leg comes out, clanks with the up B and takes that stock away, and now in a good place. We are seeing a lot of inhales in this game.
Ooh, interesting interaction there, just getting hit in the back by the grenade, and we're going to see how much more Kerbo can get. That lingering back air sending Kerbo off to the right-hand side of the stage. Nikita not managing to get much started. You can see Kerbo, he is on the hunt for something spicy here, Sanati.
Yeah, it's very clear that he's just kind of looking for like some sort of big hit, some sort of big starter, or even an inhale to start some very unfavorable offstage situation. Yousef's not giving it to him. He's doing a very good job right now of controlling space, either through his projectiles or through his normals. It's a very confident, nice grab into a through, I believe, F-tilt, and that will be taking the stock, and this is evening back up without too much percent on him.
And a grenade interrupting the grab there. I mean, I feel like Kerbo even sort of tried to sort of stall it out a little bit like he's done before to get that full sequence there, but still interrupted anyway. Yousef is certainly not out of it. Got, again, a bit of a hill to climb here. The up smash does clank though, and Kirby got to get back down here, and it's just so, it's not easy. And now Yousef, again, just trying to find any way through this, any way to land, to get past this Kirby to take this game away, but Kerbo's not going to let it happen. The back air lands and takes that game, takes that set away. Our first 3-0 in top 8, going to the Scottish Kirby main.
You felt like right at the end that Yousef had sort of like those last couple of tricks up the sleeve. We saw the grenade just sort of adjusting that trajectory on the high up B, and there was a lovely little moment there where he went for that up smash at the ledge, dashed back, and then just raw dash attacked into Kerbo's face. Yeah. And Kerbo licking his lips like, free punish, excellent news, and then got hit by the up smash. Just, again, just those last few moments where you've really got to pull everything out of the bag, but of course Kerbo keeping his composure and carrying on his way into losers, semi-finals, top 4 for the Scottish Kirby main. Yeah. And we have got our second half of losers quarters, which I believe is going to be Toe Jam against Kendrick Olamar.
It should be indeed. If you thought you'd seen enough snake, well, here's another one once again. We're keeping it going with the snakes. This time ago, we were seeing obviously the return, as you said, of Kendrick Olamar, who I feel like has got, has had experience with Snake before. Is obviously he's faced Yousef, I believe, a few times, as Yousef has come down to that Mandarin. But this obviously is the first time that these two will be playing each other. I don't feel like sort of, obviously with Toe Jam being sort of slightly from the north, I believe, and Kendrick Olamar obviously being from London, I feel like sort of don't get to interact too much. We'll have to see how it goes. Any player in the top 8 can take any game, any set from each other. So this one, even though I feel like inherently could be Kendrick Olamar's favour, We'll have to see how it all goes.
Yeah, I do agree there is an inherent favour to Kendrick Olamar here. It's not just the experience kind of in this later stages of this brackets, but also its experience against Snake. Like we said, London infested with him. He's got a great amount of opportunities to get that requisite matchup knowledge, which I don't believe that ToeJam's going to have. Young Link is pretty sparse.
It's such a rare character to see, actually. You know, kind of just generally within the meta. Like, despite being such a good character, there were not that many Young Links out there.
Hard to execute overall. Just like you need to be precise, and Kendrick Olamar has it, but so many people don't, and that's what makes him different at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Piloting a very rare character in a very, very comfortable and precise manner is what sets him apart. And overall, it looks like ToeJam's not going to be opting perhaps for that matchup and is instead going to be
we are seeing a me being made here, aren't we?
A little bit of matchup experience himself as we see a me
what
being
cursed
made.
creation are we getting today?
I believe he has found a me gunner that fits his setup. Typically, within the rule set, you are required, if need be, to show the moveset, but Kendrick Olamar also like played me gunner in Smash 4.
Wait, don't you know who this is? This is the OG. This is the OG of the me gunner.
Take a look at me gunner.
He sprinkled the seeds. That is the trees that these people roam in. The forest that they roam in was planted by this man, Kendrick Olamar.
Why did he do that?
Yeah, I think we would have. I think we would have been happier actually
we're
about
all
any of the me gunners.
13, you know what I mean?
I don't want to venture into that forest.
I want to go nowhere near that forest.
I don't think the fruits from those trees taste very nice.
Honestly, I support cutting down those trees. Get rid of that forest, put some housing up. I don't mind.
Use a little bit of AI and we can get rid of it, bro.
But certainly as well, it's worth noting that even though he did fall to Yousef a little bit earlier on, for the very much most part, Kendrick was in control of that set. It wasn't as if it was a complete washout, and it was a sort of a SD and a clutch play that sent Kendrick into the loser's side at Snake's hands. So he has obviously got, you know, very, very strong fundamentals and knowledge in this matchup. And hey, you know, at the end of the day, if you're doing it with the Snake that is matching your placing at the moment, you know what? ToeJam is going to have to prove that he is the Snake to be here at Avalon. Losers semi-finals. Starting with Snake first. No Mies to be seen.
Yeah.
It's kind of,
we're avoiding the Whippy M instant by actually creating the Mies beforehand.
Yeah,
just in case we need them.
I believe it's just a contingency, essentially. It's like, I might have to fall back on this depending on how this game one goes. And as we get into game one on PS2, doesn't find stage. I think we saw Kendrick Olamar like come over, like say to him PS2 before he even sat down, and both players over it. It's like it's a good stage for both characters, both good fun, both good capping. It's neutral, it's nice. But overall, Kendrick Olamar right now has a little bit of lead on it. He gets a little bit of percent. He's leading around ToeJam, and like you said, it is now time for matchup experience, I believe, to rear its ugly head. Is ToeJam going to be reminiscent of how Kendrick Olamar is playing around in neutral, or is he going to hold back on his old tricks? Yeah,
we can see Kendrick just throwing up these bombs to try and get any kind of damage on ToeJam. And yeah, the light arrow into the up air on a character as heavy as Snake, kind of very, very aggressive forward air. And there we go, the landing up till, and that's enough!
Wow.
No rage, and Snake doesn't
so
care.
Aggressive right out the gate. Came off that Halo platform swinging.
I mean, we're all speechless, aren't we? Really, let's be honest.
I mean, Young Link's like not even the lightest character. It's pretty either Kendrick Olamar got it wrong or some sort of messed up situation occurred there to get the kill. Still, it's a very nice bit of reprieve for ToeJam, who was somewhat trailing and is now looking still not comfortable because he's been up the sledge for, I believe, the last 15 seconds, being pelted by projectiles, but finally gets a little bit in the air finally. That breaks the situation, and we're right back onto the other side of the stage. Kendrick Olamar kind of taking him for a big whirl.
You see that Kendrick is already getting ideas on how the trajectory of the grenades are going to affect his combo game, right? We saw like the hit of one back air, and then we saw almost like a full hop down air, almost anticipating that the grenade would be there. At the end of the day, with Young Link, when you get an opponent to that 140, 150%, it is going to be moves like nair, forward air. You know, a lot more becomes unlocked as those straight hits become more and more available. However, it is going to be down to Kendrick to really make the most of this lead and make sure that he doesn't end up losing his stock earlier than he needs to.
That was, I mean, obviously kind of, you know, not intended necessarily, but the upbeat disengaging Nikita there is so nice, giving that option to get back quite safely. Kendrick Olamar in a good spot here to take this first game away even. But Toe Jam suddenly out. I mean, we see Kendrick Olamar standing up. Yeah, he knew it was over. He knew that was going to kill.
He knows his combos.
Yeah.
That's the thing he knows most.
That's the thing, yeah.
He knows what
He's
gonna
very,
kill.
this is the thing, like Kendrick Olamar is very, very sort of confident in his setups.
Yes.
He knows what will kill and he knows what won't. And it shows constantly in his gameplay, always. He knows exactly the right move to do exactly what he wants it to do.
And the thing is that, like, Toe Jam wasn't necessarily completely out of it, right? We saw a lovely few tech chases with the dash attacks. We saw some good ledge traps going, but it did feel like once Kendrick had that advantage state going, it was really just the name of the game, and it was going just up and up and up every time. We are seeing the pick over to Battlefield, again, maybe recognizing the fact that actually I'm getting a little bit source in advantage, so I need that extra safety, that top platform, just as that extra mix-up. Because, hey, if I can get down a couple more times, that could be the crucial factor.
Yeah. Nikita, that was almost a crucial factor in itself. Kendrick Olamar not quite edge guarding. We've seen Toe Jam angle for a lot of these Nikita edge guards, but Kendrick Olamar so far has just managed to weather them. Not quite beat them, but weather them at the very least. And is living and is thriving right now, putting on a little bit of the center in the ledge. Crouch is below the arrow, very smart, but he's still not escaping this situation. He's still not escaping the boomerang. And great empty top with the grenade to get past. And finally, Toe Jam gets a bit out of the ledge, gets a little bit of his own space, and his high descent with a great anti-back attack there with an up tilt.
Taking the lead here in this game one as well. Toe Jam looking very, very strong. All falls now down to Kendrick Olamar to see if he can take the stock away and even things right back up. But I feel like this is where we're going to see Toe Jam go a little bit more defensive, unless Kendrick Olamar just locks in, strikes at an opening that is given to him and takes that stock away. Once again, just showing that he's falls, but he's never out.
Just abusing that ridiculous frame data of Youngling, trying to get the strong hit on that neutral air to break the Cypher. However, the rapid jab just going to reset the situation. Throw those bombs up, cover that space. Can we get anything?
Wow.
Oh, smash on the top platform. What awareness from Kendrick Olamar.
So, so good.
Here we go once again, just going for that sweeping down air on the way back down, just to say, hey, look, if you want to try and hit me off stage, you are going to trade and I'm going to get back for free. So you know what? Leave me in my space. I'm going to my room and there's nothing you can do about it.
There does seem to be very little Toe Jam can do in order to get this kill. Up tilt not quite making, of course, into up tilt was not through there, so Kendrick Olamar is going to make it back on because that dash attack doesn't quite hit. And here's an answer back, no up B. It's kind of what you'd expect from the player, but he's playing it safe. Safe!
He's
Alive!
Well, that works out.
He's so good.
I told a big fat lie.
He's so good.
He's actually the best, and he's actually playing risky as hell with that down air, which takes away the up B, the Cypher from Snake, and takes away Toe Jam's shot at winning a game 2.
That's the thing as well, right, is that obviously Kendrick was at like that high stock 2% and Toe Jam was at like 30% on his last stock, so it was so worth it to even try and go for.
Yeah.
Because Youngling, no way in the hell he's getting back from that situation, but just that really early kill. And even though we're seeing Kendrick sort of, you know, mix up a concoction whenever Toe Jam's trying to recover high, that's because the answer when you recover low is so much more terrifying.
Gosh, and what an opening. What a, strong start from Kendrick Olamar here. Racking out 56% immediately. Just not slowing down, looking to be almost taking this stock away as quickly as the game began. Obviously, Toe Jam once again just fighting back. This is the thing with Snake, throws out so many projectiles that all this damage just kind of builds up so quickly. Suddenly, it's actually Kendrick Olamar who's in a dangerous spot off stage. Grab comes out though, doesn't lead into anything just yet though. Toe Jam escaping with his life, Joycey.
Just these tricks and traps, and Toe Jam has been doing a really good job at using that limited mobility to just get around those little extensions, and he's still taking a lot of damage, don't get it twisted, but the story could be so much scarier than it is. But it's looking like a bit of a nightmare at the moment for Kendrick Olamar, getting hit by the up tilt, and suddenly that grand lead that he spent all this time building has just evaporated in a second. And Zenati, we're seeing what could be a really scary part of Snake with the lead.
We are seeing that, but you also see why he got hit by that tilt. He tried to convert the grenade explosion into a down air.
Yeah, no, I did see it. Yeah.
That would have been insane, and so resistant first against Olamar. Quick with it, nice with it, gets it back completely, and now we're going to be looking at some damage. But Ness does not quite come with the grab, so he's quite fine. Massive percent just yet. That down air also coming out is not safe at all. stuck on ledge at the moment, and just is far too aggressive, but lives this time against the up tilt. Even though that one did kill Flash, which is interesting.
That one didn't, but that one did.
Ooh, interesting there. Just Kendrick being a little bit too far forward. Manages to convert anyway with back hit of the neutral air. However, maybe not quite putting ToeJam in the situation that he wanted. And I love Kendrick's use of Youngling's utterly ludicrous frame dation. Just zaring in ToeJam's face and then going for that spot dodge. ToeJam having that next level of awareness though, just electing to just completely get out of the situation. But we can see right now both players have got percentage racking up and up and up. Forward throw finally rearing its head in this matchup, and Kendrick just not quite managing to be aware of that cipher and the roll behind forward tilt. Smart is going to take it.
Yeah, I mean, this is really, really scary for Kendrick Olimar right now. Has got to take the stock away pretty quickly. And with ToeJam now just going a little bit more on the defensive, keeping that side, so distance away from them, it's going to be even tougher. He can just rack up all this damage fairly freely, and this all falls Olimar to do anything he can to take the stock away. But aggressive down air from ToeJam is just going to keep racking up all this damage. I feel like he's just navigating around all these projectiles that Kendrick Olimar is trying to throw out.
Gotta throw that bomb away just before it manages to kill you. Nearly 160%, and it just passes here on ToeJam. Forward tilt into the grenade.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, ToeJam not being able to do anything about that, and Kendrick Olimar only 72% to make up. We've seen the kind of damage that Young Link can do. However, you've got to be able to get back on stage first, and you at the ledge is where Snake thrives.
Thrives in these neutral situations where he has this big lead, where you just approach into C4, into grenade, into the meter. ToeJam right now staying on camp. Does not quite find the kill, but is still comfortable off stage. Bounces off of
that's
Nikita.
scary.
I believe that we can still make it back, but Nikita then hits the head. And finally, ToeJam gets a game, taking away that stock in a very comfortable manner.
Get that game on the board. I mean, that again, it just felt like a very, very dangerous position for Kendrick Olimar. I mean, it did turn out to be extremely dangerous. Like, even just trying to disengage that Nikita, obviously the fact it sort of took so long to do so, and then just still sent you away anyways, it exploded, then just gave ToeJam all that time to fire out another one, and you just don't have the resources, the jump, the upbeat, anything like that to disengage a second one. Just get smacked by it, lose the game. Here we go, game 4.
Potentially another 3-1 on our hands. We might see our first game 5. Hey, anything can happen here at losers quarters of Avalon, won by the wonderful Warwick Nintendo Society team. And friends, and we're back to stadium. We're saying, you know what, claustrophobic, that's not my style. I want a bit of space. I want to breathe, my friends. I want to breathe.
Our Snake's camping situation usually can be quite perilous for a lot of the characters. Young Link, of course, has the sort of options and to back, so this space can be really, really nice overall. It can mean that you can just kind of take your time, poke him out a little bit, force him to maybe take some damage from his own projectiles. Kendrick Olimar is using it well already. We have 50 to 89 in situations at ledge. 104, this is where percents are getting dangerous. This is where kill confirms are kind of coming online at this point. So ToeJam is going to have to play a little bit more careful to make sure he's not suffering any sort of blowback. However, the down air bounces off the up smash, lets Kendrick Olimar get out of the ledge situation, and he's continuing his sort of method of oppression right now. Method of aggression, taking that first stock with a confirm.
Felt like ToeJam was a little bit unawares after that jab and just didn't manage to press a button to get away from the set and the plot that Kendrick had for him. But however, that ever reliable up tilt is going to seal that stock. Only 15% here on ToeJam. However, Kendrick, he can rack up damage much better than most of them, let me tell you.
Stay back a little bit. Make sure Snake has to engage his own objectives. Usually his main goal is to blow up, but if he's blowing up himself, that is not incredibly helpful for ToeJam right now. He's taking 99 through a combination of normals, but also just getting hit by these projectiles. Getting on my quick on a lot of protect.
We convert off that! We convert off of that! Kendrick, you're cracked. You're actually cracked.
What awareness. Such good awareness to just have that super fast option there available, that up air. So fast, so disjointed as well, and just perfection, honestly. I like that from ToeJam, just sort of knocking on the door and then playing a bit of knock door runnings, trying to keep Kendrick spooked. However, not quite managing to get that extended outcome, that grenade into the back air as well. We can see Kendrick just trying to get past this absolute minefield that ToeJam is setting up at the moment, because we've seen what Kendrick can do when he does get those openings. You see the up throw into the up air. Ooh, I like the attempt there. Tech chase on the platform.
Oh, you've got to be careful those C4s. I mean, we're at some dangerous percentages right now. ToeJam certainly looking to get that up tilt to seize up this game, take us to a game 5. But Kendrick Olamar is throwing an onslaught of projectiles to take us there. We see a mini pop-off there from Kendrick Olamar. You can see how much that meant to him, how scary that position was at the end there. Taking it 3-1, keeping the bracket dream alive, moving on to top 4. Incredible run from an incredible player, but we gotta give props to ToeJam, a superstar of this bracket, making it all the way to 5th when no one expected him to.
Kendrick Olamar will not be fearful at those high percents because he has nothing but hatred in his heart, living up to that namesake.
Stunning work.
It's absolutely stunning work. Yeah.
Nothing more that needs to be said, really. Just, again, that
It's very clean.
awareness, the knowledge, the combos, just honestly anything and everything. These two lovely gentlemen will be taking you through.
Well, I was going to say, unfortunately, I need to dip as well.
You need to dip as well.
I sadly do need to get home, so I'm hoping if we can try and... well, I'm trying to see if we can summon other Team Regen member, Amel, but I don't know where she is.
Scores? I'll take
Oh,
it.
yeah, I want to say, have we got scores up there? Can I see
Do you want to go and find another commentator very quickly?
I can go find the scores, or someone. We will go find another commentator.
MazeBeans was sleeping?
So,
Huh?
You sleep.
Bro,
oh, bless
he
him.
was only
Right, I'm
playing-
going to
he
go
was
find
only
another
playing
commentator
like
real quick.
50
I'll
minutes
sign
ago.
off as soon as I do, so I'll be back in a moment.
Excellent.
I'm
Yeah.
cooked, man.
The unfortunate necessity that is getting home on a Saturday night. 2-hour drive for myself, about an hour's drive for my co-commentator Smart. But of course, we're going to be getting somebody just as fun to be able to take you through top 4. Of course, I've been Joycey. I've been with Zenati. You know, always a pleasure. Always a very, very good time. And we are going to see the selection that Smart makes to take us through that final leg.
Yeah, it'll be very interesting. Let's analyze perhaps like his potential options for a commentator. No. I will hopefully be joined by someone else to take you through the back end of this bracket. I am not finished, for someone must carry on. The show must go on, as they say. And it is MazeBeans who, too, is carrying on the show against Astro, who should be coming up to the playing field very shortly. These two have a little bit of an interesting set record. It is 2-0 to MazeBeans, but it was a 3-1 and a 3-0 set so far. It's shown that Astro can take games, but overall, MazeBeans is a bit more dominant in the matchup, so it's going to be interesting to see if Astro can sort of change the fortunes for once.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is that every time they've played, we've seen so many signs of life from Astro, right? He's been so good in the matchup, but Steve as a character has this almost just, despite the fact that how sort of silly and sort of strange the character can be, he's almost got this, like, you have to force your opponents to play sensibly. You can do all the tricks and the traps, but at the end of the day, you've got to come straight and narrow. You know, top button done up, ties there, shirt is tucked in, you're here to play. It's your job. You got to fight Steve. But certainly, we have got potentially.
We do have two cars. You're looking at me. Yeah, no, they're meant to be coming downstairs eventually. Well, I think I could see them doing. So, obviously, yes, sadly, I mean, as Joycey said, unfortunately, we've both got different drives to go in different directions.
Yeah.
Sadly, so we've got to head home. But Jude is our good friend Janati, is going to be joined by the lovely commentators of Burning and Scores, who are going to be joining for a TriCast.
Big fan.
They've got lots to talk about, and I mean, you know, they're just incredible casters by themselves.
Yeah.
So you're going to be in very comfortable hands for the rest of top 4. But, I mean, this is obviously going to be me and Joycey signing off now. Thank you so much for joining us. Joycey, any final words before we dip off and hand over?
I mean, hey, go to your local, support the scene. We're 6 years in, but the scene is still thriving as it ever has. And, of course, huge shout-outs to the team here who've been running and putting on a show at Avalon.
Incredible tournament, incredible vibes.
Great.
Good stuff from TOs.
But, yeah, this will be our goodbye.
Yeah, so
take it easy, folks.
That's been Joycey. I have been Smart. We're going to hand over to Burning and Scores to take you through the rest of the top 4. Thanks so much for joining us. This might be, I think, my final tournament of Smash UK for 2024. But we will be back in 2025 with
have
much
a good
more.
Christmas.
So
And a
have a
happy
good
New
Christmas
Year.
if I don't sign you all off in another tournament in the future. We will hand over now to those two. Thank you for joining us and enjoy the rest of top 4.
Ness. Steve.
Beans.
There it goes.
Right, what will we have? Another exciting set of Steven and Ness.
So, very fun fact about this. These two have played, I think, twice total, maybe only once offline. Online, Astro won. Offline, he kind of got steamrolled a little bit, but that was a brink. And the thing is, he didn't know that the resource bar was a thing. And he still took a game off of MazeBeans. So, I think that kind of says everything we need to say.
The lad just understands the game.
It says all that and more for sure.
Absolute insane kids.
Rocking the big justice tag as well. MazeBeans gonna bring the boom.
1000%.
Good
Got
kill.
the no F smash online. This is crazy.
Like I can Astro putting MazeBeans off stage, and we have this sort of up air juggle position. Goes for the grab.
Double jump waveland top platform.
Oh,
I respect the vision, but also
yeah. The
you're fighting
things,
Steve.
He went for a very funky up.
Yeah.
Didn't quite work out, but it was very cool to at least see the attempt. MazeBeans dancing back
Yeah,
with an easy amp
barely
on his own.
Indeed, indeed. Escaping narrowly from the up tilt string with 36% as well. The lead isn't insurmountable, but it is scary as the resource bar keeps on growing.
Yeah, they're in a tough situation right now where Astro's kind of getting battered back with these big.
he's not gonna jump
normal-
either.
Yeah, he has to get
Yeah,
over
he's
these
got to
blocks.
land.
Yeah.
It all falls apart for Astro as the blocks do as well. MazeBeans taking a big 2-stock lead right now, and he is continuing it. 55% ranked on 70, and the crowd is saying boom with each hit.
It
He's
keeps
made
on
up
going.
So many booms. How many booms is this burning right now?
And he's got like 1 billion resources in the bank right now. Look at that diamond, look at the gold, the iron. He could throw the entire kitchen sink at him right now, dudes. It is insane.
The kitchen sink, the toilet sink, all of it's going out.
1000%. Not a single sink in the building will be
He's not
missed.
even got tools. He's not even bothering anymore. He's he's gonna use everything else. Alright, never mind. He's got some anyway now.
The
Whether he likes
resource
it or
bar
not.
got depleted though.
Yeah, go on, get rid of the.
Yeah, that is diamond out, and there's a lot of strong normals that MazeBeans has got access to. That's going to be incredibly difficult for Astro to deal with overall. He's put on 30%, but there's so much more work to do, whereas MazeBeans is going to be back there, and it's going to be working eventually. It's so hard to avoid every single one, and there's the fair instead to take game one.
We bring the
Yes.
boom to you.
Bring the for real. It was kind of tough that game because it seemed pretty even off the bat. I think it was 70 and 70 apiece first stock, but it kind of got to a point where Maze was able to just kind of set up this space, play the keep out game, and just the momentum kept piling on because you get your damage from them trying to break in on you and then just keep getting more resources. And eventually you get to a point where you got the whole bank and you got the whole leads. It'll be interesting to see. What do you guys think Astro has to change going into this game 2?
Character.
That is certainly an option.
That is the easy answer, that's for sure. Wow.
I don't know if the Chasco Luigi's got it in him, but maybe we'll see.
Don't. It doesn't. It doesn't. What could change is perhaps just the way he's engaging.
What was that? Hello.
His screensaver, bro. Chill out.
I was just. Oh yeah.
Like that, bro. Like it.
Hey, yo!
Dante, hang on.
What we got over here?
It's just like a Carly from League of Legends or something. Like.
Yeah, that's terrible.
These guys are doing too much right now. Speaking of doing too much, Astro is maybe not doing enough right now. 92%, but I think we can keep going. There's the VK fire, 114. MazeBeans off stage, and whatever change he did need to make, he might have already applied it. But this is just a completely different story to start
Iron's
with.
gone. He's not trying to get more iron. He hasn't got more iron yet. He's just trying to hit him away. He's not mining. He's not mining. He's got no iron. He's got no anvil. He's got no minecart. The first options are limited now.
And without the iron, MazeBeans is kind of flailing. As you see, the dash attacks, the back airs,
Yeah.
the forward airs, they're coming out. And Maze, well, Astro's calm and collected right now, I can't lie. Quite a nice situation with you, sir.
Yeah, very good start. Didn't get a lot of lead on the resources either, so there's no diamond to just drop down and draft after that first stock.
Yeah, the snowball potential is a lot more limited, but bit by bit, Maze is slowly making up the damage differential.
it's going to be very... Well, Astro just has to be very careful here. One up tilt, one like back air, anvil, anything, and just boom, next stock, plus the resources. Crazy.
Oh,
So close to the ground when he's in that double animation, that's kind of really hard to actually get a big follow like that. He's safer just going for a smash or something, but that's not the Astro way, of course. Astro's always going to look for the best possible situation, but that situation is quickly crumbling in front of his eyes as Astro is taking boatloads of damage. MazeBeans is piling on at the percent, and we are back at even already.
Indeed, that's the scary thing, because you can have a lead versus Steve, but if you don't get to like maybe more than 60% extra damage, then the second you come back, boom, up tilt 60, even game.
It's a difficult spot when he's like you take the stock as well because he just gets his iron back just by default as well. So it's like, yeah, he's got his burst options back as well. So it's like he's gonna mine a little bit because he's already got some burst options. Oh no,
That should be done, yeah.
yeah, couldn't even like do the minecart stuff either. I don't think he had any iron left there either.
Yeah, didn't have time to angle for the weird Elytra stuff too, but still, there's another situation where you have the lead, but it doesn't matter.
The ban wasn't there. I think he just got caught on the block just a little bit too much to be able to get that block there.
Thankfully, Astro managed to immediately get back down to avoid too many resources getting...
Lead's just gone. It's just gone.
It's just going and going and going. That's the problem. You go straight back into it to avoid the resources, and you're running straight back into Steve.
All right, all right. Calm down, man.
Yeah, getting a little bit too carried away. Oh, speaking as I say that, gets carried right off the stage by his own hobby.
Oh, yeah. Poor bastard. Yeah, I think that was one too many there. I get you wanted a scary landing option is what I'm assuming from there, but damn if that weren't funny.
He landed on the stage, but he just slid off and fell. Well, someone mentioned, I believe it was Burning who mentioned that a character
I'm just saying, like, it's worth a go. Like, Lugi's not here, someone's got to fill those shoes in.
True, we do need a Luigi in winner semis, whether it is Lugi or Astro.
All right, here we go. Fireball grab? Nah, wrong game.
Indeed. And this is the thing I've always said about Astro's Ness is that he plays Ness like he's Luigi. Just boom, 0 to death. If I land or hit on you, you die. So it does make sense that he does indeed have a Luigi.
Just seen the plunger get stuck on the wall. So.
The thing is though, from the plunger gameplay we're seeing right now, it doesn't seem like Astro is very experienced in the matchup, whereas Maze, I mean, as you mentioned, we got Lugi here. Countless sets, countless experience in the matchup.
Nah.
But despite that, Astro only has 9% to his name, quite elite.
I mean, that's the easy part of Luigi, though. He's put on all the percent. Now he must deliver the kill. He's close with it, but at this rate, that's much harder to do now. He must find a raw kill move or like escape with a cyclone or something. But these Steve combos are true as hell. He's not going to be getting out any of them, and he's still off stage. And that is a dangerous
very
situation.
risky jump. Very risky jump. Too early.
The minecart didn't quite catch him, thankfully, so he has his life still.
And despite that lead, immediately 9% to death. Crazy. Trying to catch him off guard, not letting him get the... It is a very funny one. And boom. Not quite going to find it. The up tilts are going to come out on lot. And as Jude mentioned, they are true as hell. That frame 1 cyclone is not going to save you. And neither will
the
that
double chunk chocolate forward air spike.
Indeed. Minecart aerial is...
He's pretty... Oh!
I think he saved him. No. And some absolutely tomfoolery, absolute shenanigans happening in winners finals. The extended handshake has been going for 30 seconds. How long will the handshake go on for? It's still going.
I feel like I've just entered the twilight zone between that commentary, that gameplay, and this handshake. Like,
this tournament isn't real.
It really isn't.
This is a fever dream tournament.
I wish the player cams were just locked in for the
guys.
handshake right now.
Guys, the other hand.
Guys, we've got other sets to play.
Guys, you can keep shaking your hand. Just do it away from the set, please.
Thank you.
You can shake hands when you go back up. There's not there. Yeah, cool.
And next up, London. You still have a lot to represent because we have Kendrick Olimar versus Kerbo.
Kendrick Olimar Kerbo. Now this...
Yeah, they're 1-1 and 6 now, I believe, right?
Indeed. I believe Kendrick, actually more than that, because Kendrick Olimar beat Kerbo twice at Invasion, the breakout tournament.
Oh, yeah,
some might say for him. That put him on like that UKPR top 6, top 5 sort of map. And then at Brink, the run back, Kerbo did end up getting it, which I think netted him quite a nice position in the overall final bracket. I think that made him get like, what, top 8, top 6? Quite a nice position. But Here we have it, the run back. Can Kerbo even out the set count to progress his way to the top 3 payout? That is the question.
Yeah, it will be very interesting to see. This is, like we've said, a storied matchup between these two players, and we've seen great amounts of adaptation or game plans changing from each of them to adapt to one another, and it is interesting to see, as Kendrick Olamar suffered the most recent defeat, what might have changed about his gameplay. He's nodding his head, he's doing a little dance. Second energy drink of the night, so he is charged up and ready to fight, clearly.
That's 2 energy drink, that's too much for Kendrick Olamar. He's going to be through the roof.
I mean, I feel
He's
like
off like a rocket now.
against a player like Kerbo, you have to be locked in, because the second you make even a slight mistake, the second your zoning has a slight opening in it, boom, forward air, you've eaten 70, you're off stage, your eyes are completely flashbanged, and boom, down air, dead. Next stock. It is crazy. But Kendrick Olamar himself, quite the explosive player, as we've seen time and time again throughout the day. It will be a battle of explosive gameplay, and it will be beautiful.
Yeah. Overall, it's either going to be like this matchup to me has 2 modes. You have when they're front and front with each other, when they're fighting C2C, when they both have these massive quick buttons coming out and they're dealing massive amounts of damage and they're putting on the percent. And then you have when Kendrick Olamar wants to play neutral and be a safe guy and like away from all of the dangerous Kirby normals and with his projectiles on the other side of the stage. It's all very interesting to see how Kerbo's going to navigate the second option and promote the first in the majority of cases, as he is going to be want to do the scrapping.
Indeed. I think a big thing Kerbo does especially, or a big thing that will make or break the zoning neutral, is I feel like Kerbo himself is actually very good at moving. I mean, you have to be as Kirby and to get to like this level. But him especially as a player is very, very, very good at positioning and moving around projectiles. So it's less of a case of like, I'm trying to hit you directly with these projectiles, and more so using the projectiles to condition certain approach options. Kind of being like, okay, well, if you're going to move around it, how can I limit your movement? And how can I get you to approach from specific angles that are then predictable and I can punish? And we'll have to see whether Kerbo will be able to mix it up enough to keep Kendrick Olamar guessing with the zoning flowchart, or whether Kendrick Olamar will be able to lock down the stage, lock down his movement potential, and as a result, limit it to, well, game, set, match.
Apparently Kerbo is looking at the stage list on his phone. I cannot believe he does not know it after this many years of one EU rule set.
Low key, I feel that
What should go to PS2 anyway?
I have the stage list on my phone, just because even if I know that I can name the stages off the top of my head, when I'm thinking about like bands with a character, sometimes a stage will slip my mind. Like I'll be playing against like, I don't know, Snake, and I've accidentally forgotten Smashville, and now I'm having to deal with like C4 in the center platform. Like, I like to be doubly sure.
Couldn't be me. Just remember.
yeah.
It's not hard.
Elephant never forgets.
Where is he going? Where is he going?
Oh, sod off.
Are they going to go grab a stage list?
No way.
There's no way.
For real.
Wait, you could just back out, look at the rule set and see what's highlighted. Like, you could just go to edit rule set, look at the custom stages and what's on and off, and then just look at what's highlighted.
You're so right. What the hell?
If they need a stage list, I have one on my phone. Like, I just have it up, available.
Yeah. Well, you could just, use the same thing you've been doing for the current tournament. Like, why is it now? Like, Kerbo doesn't know the stage list. Like, surely he knows it, because he's played, like, 2 sets now on here?
Yeah.
So, like...
It has to be Kendrick Olamar going to get something, surely.
That's an insightful question, my G.
That is an insightful question, my G.
What is brother doing?
Yeah.
That has to be like a top 10 TikTok of all time. Oh, incredible.
So we will be sitting in silence, and perhaps there's a few more comments you want to make on the matchup. I'm aware that you've probably spoken it over with Kendrick Olamar yourself, playing a very similar character scores, and overall, like, what kind of prep, what kind of approach do you overall want to have when approaching such a difficult opponent as one piloting Kirby?
You have to be very, very careful with where you choose and pick your openings, because as I mentioned, of course, you want to use projectiles to limit their options, but a lot of the time, especially against very good players like Kerbo, where they really want to get center stage, they'll try and limit your ability to throw out projectiles in the first place by commanding presence of the stage. And at that point, it becomes less a case of your zoning ability and more so, how can I bait them in with my movement? How can I use dash around to bait the Kirby forward airs, since they can just go straight through the projectiles? How can I bait in the dash grabs, the down tilts? And another thing on top of that, tends to be off stage, because Kirby, in general, you got so many options with the down air, the back air, the down B, that you have to mix up your recovery a lot. And with Young Link, being a faster faller than Toon Link especially, your recovery options can end up getting a little bit more limited. So it can be tough. I've talked about it extensively with Kendrick Olamar, and I think we even reviewed one of my prior sets with Kerbo before Brink. But it is... people tend to just see Zona and Kirby and just assume like auto win, but it tends to be a lot more intricate than that, especially with good players.
Especially when it's like your character that small and you can crouch on the stuff. It's like a lot of projectiles just end up going over him sometimes. It's like you can't do like, you know, when Samus loves to do just a little bit of a short hop charge shot, for example, to catch a jump. It's just like with Kirby, it's like you could do that and it's not even going to hit him standing.
Yeah, you have to angle your
Well, look who finally decided to sit down for his set.
Indeed.
Welcome back, Kendrick Olamar.
If Young Link's grab hitbox is the same as Toon Link's,
just when you thought we couldn't wait.
I think Kirby can also just crouch underneath Young Link grab, which is, I mean, I think they can do that with a lot of grabs, but especially Estella grabs where like that's good for like controlling the space. Yeah. And Young Link's conversion game, that can be quite a bit weird.
Tether grabs usually have like a, I don't know about all of them, but some of them usually have like a slightly bigger grab box at like the very tip of their tethers, right? Yeah. I don't know which one specifically. I don't know if that's all of them or some of them. I don't know how big that is, but I know that is a thing that exists in some cases when it comes to crouching under things.
But here we go, game one of Kerbo versus Kendrick Olamar. Like we said, story matchup, both these players very, very strong. Both seeded to make it at least the top 8, I believe. And they are here now representing at nearly the end of the bracket.
Indeed.
Finally.
It's always an interesting stage because, of course, Kirby has their like coverage, they have their platform conversions. But like at the exact same time, it opens them up straight to platform camping. So you have to be very, very careful. You have to be very, very careful.
I love that very slight walk forward from Kendrick Olamar there.
You have to be
very, very small action forward.
You have to be so careful with your positioning because one misstep, Kirby forward air, Kirby back air, and you're off stage.
Right now, Kendrick Olamar like really trying to slow down the pace. Clearly already, he took a lot of percent in that opening engagement, but now he's really trying to make sure he can just tack on that bit by bit. Maybe look to confirm by the end of it all, but Kerbo is not just going to let him run untamed. He's not just going to let him do whatever he wants. He's trying to approach, trying to find a manner of getting in. He has put on a little bit of percent. He is answering back. So overall, Kendrick Olamar's finding a bit more percent, and he's now found situations where Kerbo's life is suddenly in danger. He's reversed the fortunes, and while he is on the ledge, this is looking so much better than it was 30 seconds ago.
What a beautiful Tomahawk. That's not quite going to seal it out. Battlefield got the highest blood zones in the game, but still, an impressive effort. Right. And the situation just keeps reversing. It's from ledge to ledge, but the person ledge trapping is always different each time. 1-2, but the
good grab. Is that going to kill? Yeah, that actually is going to kill.
That will take it.
Yeah, great reaction.
That back air.
That was also,
right back.
That was also a good reaction.
Indeed.
The ancient old roll behind after stop. Oh no.
And here comes the damage. Forward air, up till 63%. But still, Theo got a little bit of percent on him as well. 52 apiece.
Yeah, it's not terrible right now, and again, we're going to go straight back to his camping game plan. Sails over his head, like you said, Burning, yeah. There is a little bit of difficulty.
It's not that easy sometimes when the character's that small.
Every projectile I said, Boomerang is kind of just going to sail over his head if he just throws it straight, so yeah, that is a bit of a difficulty in engaging with this element of the game. However, Kendrick Olamar's not doing a terrible job. It's just that Kerbo is evading very, very nicely right now and finding many openings for his own percent. And a lot of Kirby's raw kill moves at this point start becoming really scary, and Kendrick is going to try and find anything at the moment. But Kerbo is just moving too well. He's moving too nice.
It's exactly as I said earlier. He just gets stage control. The amount of projectiles you can throw out safely is very limited, and then the second he gets like a grasp on where you are, boom, dash grab, boom, there, and we have the next stop right in front of us.
It's good because it's like he knows like Kirby can't move very well great in the air. It's like a lot of the thing with Kirby is that I feel like something like DDDs have as well, where it's like they don't realize like on the ground your character's like got some like pretty decent speeds and stuff. Like Kirby's definitely a lot better on the ground than in the air, so he's staying on the ground. He's just kind of like slowly edging his way in by just walking, waddling back and forth, walks, shielding. And it's just like he's slowly moving the gap closer and closer without even doing anything. He's just slowly moving. He's got time to walk in, so he's just taking his time to move in.
Indeed. He absolutely is.
Still, even with all of this, Kendrick Olamar has managed to keep the game very, very even, despite being on the back foot. He has clawed his way back time and time again this game already. He's found himself at the ledge and still he's managed to fight his way out of the corner. The boomerang comes back and gives him a little bit of time to get back out, and Sense safe is much better than the ledge, even if it is more percent. He's finally
These
has a little bit of
grabs.
time.
Ooh, mistiming the punish, and right now Kerbo is getting as much pressure out as they can because they know if anything hits, it kills.
Oh, I was waiting for the drag down there. I was waiting for something. Where are we going from here?
Ooh, 2 bombs still. Is that going to be it?
That? Ah! He just about got it.
That is crazy.
He looked like he was so close to falling out of that up B as well. That would have been it, probably. if he fell out.
Leaning his seat as well, like praying, begging for the attack to connect.
He got
and
the
it does.
super gamer lean ready just to...
Absolutely. Forehead in the camera.
You see nothing left.
100%. All you can see is this massive
Oi.
grid.
That's why we don't
Just
have
to play,
playing
we've
talents
done.
right now. Right. We need to be doing this stuff.
Yeah, just knock it off the screen.
Indeed, indeed. We're going straight into game 2. That was a neck-and-neck game. I think Kendrick Olamar ended up having to make that comeback towards the end. The boomerang being the breath of life that he needed to take that. It'll be interesting to see what things change going into this massive game 2.
Well, the grab on the platform wasn't really going to do it. He just about got out of the way. Whoop. Careful. Oh, yeah.
Nice patience. He waits a long time in shield, through one attack, through a spot, up through another to get that up B and immediately converts off of it. That is practice patience game plan from Kendrick Olamar right now, who is staying on this corner of the stage, staying on his little island. He's trying to be peaceful, he's trying to be nice. Trying to be cozy and warm as he racks on a little bit more damage through each and every interaction against Olamar right now in a bit more control than we've seen in the past game, and it's looking like it is paying off.
Indeed, just taking things one step at a time, and each time it does because the damage keeps racking up. We get closer and closer to that forward air killing, that down air killing, to everything killing, really.
Oh, good air dodge. Really good air dodge.
Oh, he's a little bit overzealous at the moment. Still not quite going to get punished for it.
Okay, yeah, good.
This is a scary
Didn't commit to the full forward air, just went down closer, so the punish was bad, actually.
Well, this is a beautiful lead you have. You can never sleep on Kirby. Just one misstep and you're off stage. But still,
That's
that
what
forward
kills,
throw, actually up throw even will kill too. And we're seeing the taunt come out. We got to be careful though. That back here, tried and true.
Yeah, the roll behind back. Oh no! Oh no!
And the up smash is also
it's
the
all
tried and
happening
true.
over and over again.
The 2 easiest kill moves for Kirby to land are back hit and up smash. So you always got to be careful with them.
Conversion into the grab, 52% outcome, comes out quick from against Olamar. 75, 84, tech chase.
Not quite. You see the way he was dancing around Kirby, the dash back, like reverse down tilts, the wave bounce boomerangs. He's commanding that space and asserting it right now.
The roll through just like it's past a weird plank on that up smash, but still, I think if you're against Olamar, you're taking that right
down
now.
tilt, tickling on toes.
Yeah, he's not taking pokes right now. He's putting on there. 114%. It's nice. We're on the ledge here. How does Turbo escape the situation? He takes a bomb to the face, but isn't punished for it just yet.
Indeed. And it's bit by bit.
These moves are just barely getting out towards Kendrick Olamar. He's stuck.
Indeed. Had so little space to set up anything, the pressure was piling on, but once again, that tried and true patience as we're talking about. Look at that, reposition, wait for the next situation, because Kirby's buttons are so safe that you have to wait for the unsafe one, but
these grabs, I've been seeing too many dodgy grabs so far, I think, from Kendrick in the set.
From there, it just quite going to take the kill as a response either, though.
There we go.
Down air is going to set up.
Catches that forward there from the ledge. One too many.
Kirby going for that patented back end, not quite getting the sweet spot, but still, that grab can, like, catching him from Timbuktu, that is crazy.
The beauty of tether grabs right now, and Kendrick Olamar is making the most of it. 68% racked on, and here's another tech chase on the platform, and one of the aggressive options does find his mark combos.
Not quite going to land the finisher, that
That's
definitely
so
would have killed.
Oh,
I think
the jump's gone.
Oh, no. I've seen Kerbo with me.
Yeah.
One forward air, one grab, and you're at 70.
Uh-oh,
Well.
here we go. It's Kirby's favorite percent, you're at 0.
Indeed.
All right, here we are, the ledge again. Yeah, he did not do the forward air from ledge. I don't know.
With
Oh,
Dancing
no.
with death, getting a little bit over.
Kendrick's got the lead, but it doesn't feel like he's winning right now. Oh,
Death?
that was...
Misinput.
Right, they're both frolicking here.
I have seen Kerbo win these. This is getting dangerous.
Still, by
The magnet has got it. What's he
surviving
gonna do?
by a hair, flowing onto this lead, doing everything he can to seal
He's
it
got to
out.
slow down now.
He has to be so patient, so careful, but still not giving up an inch as that nail will take it. Kendrick Olamar, 2-0 lead over Kerbo. Insane.
Boy, he was very close to regretting that game. Very, very close.
Kerbo had no jumps left. It was a very hard situation, but he already called back from a harder one. That was terrifying.
Yeah, he was getting too much panic, I was thinking there.
But I gotta give it up to Kerbo. Insane patience and composure needed to put Taka in that last hit situation in the first place.
It never feels like he's melting. It never
Literally.
feels like he's melting. Like he's very good. What's the word? Like mitigating, like compensating for like Kirby's weaknesses very, very well, which is what makes him so good and why he's one of the best Kirbys on the planet.
Agreed. Best Kirby EU, one of the best players in the UK. His results speak for themselves. But right now, we're going to need a little bit more than that to get the W over Kendrick Olamar himself.
Yeah. Right now, I want to point out that Kendrick Olamar really isn't taking any of these down airs whatsoever. He's positioning in a very good way. He's doing it very quickly as well a lot of the time. Can't position for that, but he does position for a devilish
Don't fall there for that. Yeah, there we go. It's one too many. He's been punished so much for that and he's still doing it. It's the one thing.
It's Kirby.
Yeah. He hasn't got much still, I suppose.
Kendrick Olamar's also been punished for a lot of those grabs to point out as well, Burning. And it seems like these two players are kind of relying back on their options in these difficult situations.
Indeed. Well, you're Kirby. You see an opponent at 0, you're either grabbing or forward airing.
Yeah.
And Kendrick Olamar is very familiar with these options. Still though, speaking of familiarity.
Alright, catch his jump. Beautiful.
Indeed, indeed.
Oh, what youngling doesn't love a wave bounce boomerang in the morning?
Really just
Cup
wakes
of
you
tea,
up.
some cereal, wave bounce boomerang. Oh, there we go.
Well, speaking of waking up, that forward air up smash getting Kendrick Olamar straight back into the game without the lead climbing too far out of his reach.
People often swing out good against youngling thinking this move can't possibly be safe. There's no way he can hit someone's shield and get away with it, and he can. He almost always can. His jab to his safe, his down to his safe, his bair, nair, bair, up. Safe.
But that up
But that is not a safe option.
Indeed, and that's going to be the second F smash of the game. Kerbo answering back violently, if anything, being like, no, I'm still in
That's
this.
also the second landing forward there to smash it back through. Oh, good call out. Good.
No,
is that?
forced to double jump up B.
Oh, he misses that back air. Ooh.
I feel like contesting with back air is a bit risky there, given that up B's like horizontally disjointed. But if he perhaps lined up the down
He wants
air.
that trip. He wants that trip so bad. Go on. Trip him. Trip the boy. Trip the boy.
We can all feel the F smash coming, can't we?
Yeah, we're
Like,
waiting. It's going to be back air then. Oh, yeah, beautiful tomahawk. I got it.
Kerbo with the
Right,
lead is so
he's going out. He's going out.
terrifying.
Yeah,
Look
he
at
can
this.
go out as much as he
Edited.
likes. Yeah, he could go out as much as he likes. He's got another stock if he ever fumbled it, so he would have been fine. Really strong game from Kerbo.
Indeed. I mean, we were talking about the composure earlier in these like deficit situations, but it showed even more in this situation where he had the lead, where like some players may, I don't know, get a little bit carried away, might go a little bit crazy with some custom combos. Kerbo is always locked in with a vision. He always knows, yep, this is my character, this is where I need to be, and this is what I need to do. And that makes him devastating to play at from a deficit.
I'm seeing Kendrick to the corner of my eye here, trying to like put himself back in, focusing his life to himself, teaching himself. Sort of thing. Yep. That game was a. You can forget that game. That was a wash. Don't worry about that one.
I mean, we were seeing a couple slightly lazy options from Kendrick Olamar in disadvantage, but he definitely needs to lock back in. All right now, Kerbo going hit for hit right now, but the damage keeps on climbing. Kendrick Olamar finds his way straight back to center stage. Slowly running away with the forward air, not quite gonna take it.
Right.
Ooh, he knew.
Roll.
He hesitated for just a second.
He held on. He held his breath on that roll. Ah, he saw it, but he went the wrong way.
And I'll just come to avoid the bomb, meaning Kendrick Olamar has to use that OP. Kerbo's not challenging it, but he is.
Good call out.
It's
Challenging
so
that
scary.
jump.
You don't want a neutral get up because he's positioned to react to it with short hop back air. And then he full hop back airs, but straight back into it with a full hop up air from Kendrick Olamar. You can see himself pumping himself up a little bit, hyping himself up, going crazy right now.
And, oh no, it caught on the battlefield platform. The bane of Kirby.
Indeed,
Just-
indeed.
I thought I fixed that, to be fair, but oh, what do I know? Don't know much about this baby blue ball we got right here. I just know he's got really strong feet.
That indeed he does. That back air, that up tilt, that up smash, everything.
Stop. How much damage is that down for that?
Ooh! Ooh.
Hang about. What's going on? He's just laid back down.
Oh, such a patient, even game. We're seeing a dash shield waiting for that slight opening.
Oh, good wave bats on the ledge.
Not quite. Some good DI from Kerbo coming out. This moment's hesitation once again from Kendrick Olamar, but still holding center stage, knowing that that's the win con.
Ooh. The reverse to get back on stage, but it doesn't quite work out for Kendrick Olamar. He doesn't get any pressure. He just manages to get back on the ledge. Where grab almost gives away that Kuro's position. Down tilt comes out, and he confirms into it. Big headbutt from Kendrick Olamar, who knows how much this next stock could mean. Kerbo could be on his final life of this tournament. Should Kendrick just clean up, just wrap up right now.
Look at this patience we're seeing in the corner. Not overexerting himself and just waiting for the slight opening. But Kerbo, as an insane player,
He knows he's winning.
As an insane player, he's not giving many openings. Just slowly poking back, holding center.
These grabs are killing me.
Is crazy.
It's a bit scary.
Yeah. I understand why. Don't get me wrong, but every time I miss, I feel like my soul leaves.
Just the slightest bit.
All right.
Right now. And this is a tough position for Kirby because you want to move around, but every single mistake even gets you hit by a projectile, and that's
damage is chipping away.
It just keeps on building up.
Oh,
that was the perfect answer to the bomb
yeah,
problem we had earlier as well.
If you just got that confirmed, that actually could have been it. That the eye probably would have been too quick. He's not getting hit by a single of these down there, is he? Well, he got hit by one.
Nice.
Oh, good.
Great bait, and because he's on the other side of the stage, he's not quite going to guide the back there, so he's getting another chance to put on the middle percent. Kerbo is back, 97, and I will remind you of what happened in game 2. And it seems so hard for Kerbo, but he can make it all the way back. We know he can do it. We know we can make this comeback, but Kendrick Olamar wants to survive. He wants to turn the TV
and
on.
that is going to be it. Kendrick Olamar, 3-1 over Kerbo. He will be moving on to losers finals at Avalon.
Very, very big for the Londoner. And speaking of London, that means that we have a familiar matchup. It is Kendrick Olamar versus Astro in the losers finals. But let's say a little bit on Kerbo and how much he did to make sure that was still very, very close, very competitive.
No matter how many projectiles got sent his way, no matter what the position he was, he still managed to maintain composure even to the very last second. It was insane to watch. Genuinely.
Oh. Kendrick Olamar, what happened to the 12-year-old meat gunner player I knew from Smash 4?
The 12-year-old meat gunner at that Plaza. He is losers finals of a C tier.
Oh, what's happened here then? Oh, diddums. Oh, diddums.
New era Smash UK with their pro controllers.
Oh, imagine those pro controller users for real.
Yeah, can't stand them.
We ain't forget, bro.
Yeah. What's mad is I played GameCube controller in 4 and then I switched to Procon in Ultimate.
Valid.
I moved over.
You both got issues, but it's fine. You know who has no issues
that extra
right
shoulder, the shoulder buttons make more sense. That's it.
You know who has no issues right now? Kendrick Olamar, who is staring down his opponent Astro. I do not know the set count between these two. I believe it's gone back and forth, but it should be Astro favored.
I don't think Kendrick Olamar's ever taken a set off of Astro.
Yeah.
I think they played 3 or 4 times.
Never
But
mind.
they have had, I believe they've had a Game 5 set at one point. But Astro...
Ever since Astro's like just started, he's just been kind of like going up very quick. Like he's gone Game 5 with like some of the best players in Europe as well.
Yeah, 100%. Game 5 with Siski, Game
hang
5
on a
with
minute.
Tarek.
No, wait, hang on a minute.
No,
what are you doing? I was expecting Screaming Child versus Screaming Child. Now we've just got this.
What's happening here? I've seen multitudes of characters
Astro's locked,
from
bro.
Astro.
Is it a back check? Please be a back check. Okay, never mind.
Kendrick Olamar.
I don't know if
He stood up to ask Astro if he was actually serious as he played Samus. And then when Astro said yes, now they start the game.
I knew it wasn't a button check.
I mean, I couldn't tell with the fact that Theo was just standing still. I was like, is it actually a button check? I was like, oh, no, it's not. It's he was that perplexed.
Kendrick Olamar as distraught as the rest of us. as confused as the rest of us even.
Thankfully, he's not looking completely distraught in this game so far. It's quite even chance of percent. Fairs and Ness coming out from.
He got so sick of losing to Siski, he thought, sorry, I'm joining. He's just
if you can't beat him, join him.
Yeah.
He wants to prove how easy it is.
I mean, I don't know if you guys saw the end of Siski versus Astro, but that was a shot back air at 60. If I got hit by that, I'd be like, you know what?
Yeah, that seems pretty good. All right, let's see. Right, what we got from here, Astro? Let's see it. Let's see some Rambibi blasters. Go on, let's see some jab one into pivot grab. Go on, do it for us.
You know, despite everything, now that you mentioned the Rambibi blaster, I actually haven't seen him use charge shot past mid charge shot percent. Like,
he did it at the very start of the game, and that's it.
I think he's just scrapping.
He should have died there.
All right, there we go.
Rising back into the take, but Astro's been put in a lot of very difficult situations already. And you do have to question why this Samus has come out. I think Kendrick Lamar's confusion was in fact warranted because clearly there was not much merit to it so far as Kendrick Lamar is dominating with an easy confirm off the platform to go up basically an entire stop.
All right, Twitch chat, what character do you want to see Astro play next? Let us know. Put a poll up, maybe we'll he's got it on the side.
I'm so used to meltdown stream that I was actually about to ask Camp.
It is.
Rev it up!
Rev it up, Amp.
It is pretty
he's going to go for the upbeat. Oh, I
to
thought he was
imagine
going
that this is what is happening in losers finals of a C tier, one of the biggest tournaments that has happened in recent Smash UK history.
Indeed.
And this is what we're given.
What we're given, and Kendrick Lamar is going to take her right now. He is not concerned over what his character's going. He's concerned over getting that win, getting that bag right now, and he is managing it 99, 117, and that is the game.
Now, I'm not going to count my chickens before they hatch, but hypothetically, if he does get this W over Astro, wait, sorry.
Kendrick Lamar asked him run it back, and I swear I just saw Astro nod his head yes. Please tell me he means run it back to the stage and not the character. Just the stage, please.
Hypothetically.
Wait.
Yeah,
okay, here we go. Screaming Child versus Screaming Child. This is what we were here to see.
If Kendrick Lamar does beat Astro, he has a dominant record as of late over MazeBeans. So, this match is the crux for him for the entire tournament. I mean, that's how it is in losers, especially because he has some quite the good fighting.
So you think when it comes to MazeBeans, you think Kendrick Lamar would have a better shot than Astro would?
I mean, Astro did take it online, and I do personally feel that Steve is harder to fight online than offline. But at the same time,
so is Ness.
So is Ness.
At the same time, you watch winners finals.
Yeah.
Well, it didn't look super close. So perhaps yeah, a different breath would be exactly what's needed. Take down MazeBeans is what's amazing this matchup. But so does Astro now that he's on his character.
Indeed. It is quite an interesting matchup we have on our hands as well, because generally you think Young Link zoning, but the platforms give so many movement mix-ups and movement opportunities to Ness. And on top of that, he kind of plays a similar game to Kirby, where he hits the opponent off stage and then just edge guards him to death.
All right, two completely missed up smashes there. Don't know what was going on, but they all missed. No one died. Very close.
We get another stall? Not quite indeed, and that is going to be the first stop to Kendrick Lamar.
He's shaking his head. I believe he's still like not entirely happy with how it's going. But still, it is a stock you'll take at the end of the day. It's even stocks now. 2 AP for the Londoners who are fighting tooth and nail at the moment. Really, it doesn't feel like he just managed to maintain a really strong foothold.
This is the weird thing. No matter what kind of lead you get on Astro, as I mentioned, he plays Ness like Luigi. So sometimes he will just explode you, and you have to be locked in at all times. You can never take your foot off of the gas. That's exactly what Kendrick Lamar's doing at the moment. He's just locked in.
Kendrick Lamar pushing him towards the ledge. Still managing to maintain this advantage state, and Ness is getting tilted right now with projectiles. It is no difficult jump right now. No jump, but he does tech. Kendrick Lamar doesn't quite find anything, but he angles so weirdly off of PS2's slanted stage that he can't quite make it back. How unfortunate for Astro, but Kendrick Lamar must be smiling right now.
Absolutely. But don't get it twisted. Every percent is full percent for Astro. We might be seeing it just here. The up air into up air, 100% on deck. Back air will kill anything with if you really believe.
Oh my goodness, that would have been a mental confirm from Astro, who does not quite manage to find purchase that up smash. The second one will do it, and we are back to the stocks in very even percent still.
Indeed. Anyone's game at the moment, but Astro has slowly been catching these little moments.
Good catch on that jump there as well. For the bounce on it.
Indeed. These slight overextensions by Kendrick
Lamar.
What a clutch air dodge. we all know that would have been untechable.
Yeah, someone was going down there.
The fire.
And now the F-tilt, he's got nothing.
Yeah, the layup.
Damn. So what was the Samus for?
Got kicked in the face, man. That's tough.
It's kicked to the curb as Astro takes game 2.
So what was the Samus? Like I would have got it if he was like 2-0 down. It's like, yeah, okay, if you're not feeling it, you're not feeling it. But it's like you started and then you switched it. It's like,
it's really strange because I've seen Astro go like secondaries in his earlier rounds. I've seen him go like secondaries in like fours, you know, earlier rounds.
Yeah.
This is losers finals of a seated.
Yeah, it's like I don't know if there's like a mental reset thing there or what. It was just like trying to see how he's feeling.
It's so interesting as well because like I heard him speaking with someone else earlier about when they were playing Haruhi and when that went game 5, and he's like, dude, I get so nervous that I feel like I'm gonna vomit, and I'm like, how does this help? How does throwing games with your Samus help the nerves? I need to know.
Maybe it just helps him vomit.
Maybe he's trying to simulate game 5 so he can close them up versus the super top keys.
Bro's practicing
He's got no.
here.
Oh no, too slow. Yeah, wasn't quick enough. Oh,
you're seeing the pop-off from
dodge.
Kendrick Olimar. This like,
yeah, he knows he got him. He knows he got him.
Yeah, the book is open, bro. He's already read the blurb at this point. It's like
download complete. Mobile data 1 gigabit per second. Beautiful to see. That's it.
And look at that air dodge back in as well. Really close up pretty quickly.
That's the thing with playing against Astro. As I said, no matter the lead you have, he can just make these comebacks. He can just seal it out. So you can never count him out, no matter what. I could be 3 stocks to 1 versus Astro, and it's an even game still in my head.
He is just being very scary like that. And so is this pressure from these PK5s. Astro contends to remain on PS2 platform to send down a barrage of attacks right now. We're repeatedly approaching Kendrick Olimar with all of these incredibly fast normals. You're never going to see a Ness not do 2 aerials in a full half. Never. He's always got the second one in his back pocket, and he's
just whacking away all the projectiles. Like he's just clanking with every projectile that's coming out. Like he's got the hitboxes to lob, so he's just going for it.
Yeah, when you've got fast, active, big hitboxes like that, why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
You know?
Like boomerang, nah. Arrow, nah. This is like back air. Yeah, it wasn't close enough, unfortunately.
Yeah, great patience against Olimar, who might have got caught out.
Not the grabs again. No.
Soft back air sets up for something maybe. Not quite.
Ooh, deadly.
Is that going to be it? That is.
That is definitely going to be it. Powerful back air.
You have to be so locked in for your like positioning and combos because the slightest misstep and you get magnet reversal. You've got to be very mindful. It's kind of like when you're playing against Incineroar and you leave a slight gap in your combos.
Oh, there he goes. Oh no, he's back. Welcome back. I do really like the way Astro kind of like jumps around the threat bubble of Young Link with the movement and as well.
Yeah.
Despite the float in the land, is like he does the wave bounce aside just to kind of like hold him back very abruptly.
Indeed. If anyone likes their tech mix-up movements, it is indeed Astro.
Scary situations right now. Astro is fiending for this edge.
Oh,
and
you
the
risky
tail
boy.
is putting in overtime for Astro, saving him from such a perilous situation.
Could he perhaps climb it down there to bounce off of him and like not risk like?
Oh, good punish, really good. We got the best out of that possible.
Yeah.
But this is so scary. Anything kills. This is quite the mountain for Kendrick Olimar to climb, and yet he continues upwards.
Flat. 51%. Can we go any further? Can we get a 60? Can we get a 70? 80 perhaps?
Kendrick Olimar is finding foothold after foothold. He's not quite lost his grip on this game just yet.
Clutch Nair, just about staying in the game. Have to be so careful, weaving around these killing hitboxes.
He's got set behind by the bomb.
And look at the patience from Astro right now.
I hate it.
Yeah, he deserved that.
Why did he do that?
Oh my
days. What was the point of that?
And like, I understand, right? I understand.
That dash dance had some dubious morality about it.
I understand, because in that past 30 seconds, Astro had been doing nothing but putting out killing hitboxes, covering the space, being like, you know what? In that last instant, he was like, I'm going to wait, mix up the tempo, and see how you respond, because he thought that Kendrick Olimar would put out like some sort of preemptive pressure to stuff him out. No. Kendrick Olimar, as we've seen time and time again, a man of patience. The second he saw that opening after dancing around those perilous situations, boom, dead.
Should have stayed Samus.
Loki. And here we have it. Kendrick Lamar up 2-1 right now.
Back to PS2. Restart.
Indeed, indeed.
It's a good save in this matchup. Both can get some really nice confirms and combos and pressure from the platforms as well. They're both using it incredibly well. Astro really likes that platform for his side and pressure in particular, and Kendrick Lamar has kind of been bouncing about with his boomerang, with his bombs, with arrows. It's become very evasive. They both use PS2 to its fullest, and I understand why they keep on going back and back and back.
Sorry. I keep trying to sort my ponytail out and I keep pulling on the Jester hat here. So I keep yanking the head off.
Well, it's been interesting to see, particularly the shift in the last game, is at the very end, and as we're seeing now, Kendrick Olamar's pressure has shifted from being kind of just like general horizontal area to throwing out a horizontal move, using it to bait Astro to the platform, and then immediately vertical anti-air. You're seeing it with toss-up bomb, we're seeing it with the arrows. It's been in quite some work, but Astro is not letting it go unanswered, unpunished. We've got quite the situation on our hands.
Yeah, it does feel like Astro might need to mix up his ledge option as well. Like that is several times now at this point. That Kendrick Lamar is just waiting for him to start charging the yo-yo and then like hitting it with a gab attack. Back air is not going to take it, so again, it seems they're probably going to reset a ledge situation. He does not get gimped by that, and another get up attack comes out. And we're just seeing rinse repeat at this point.
Indeed, indeed. We're going to have to start seeing some mix-ups. Astro slowly taking his time. But Kendrick Lamar not letting his foot off the gas, not giving any openings, a slight walk away.
Very boisterous stash grab there. Oh, okay. Well,
that's the thing with Ness. So many big hitboxes and they all kill. So the rapid jab will be quite some damage. But that PK fire. Ooh. Something dastardly could have happened in that ledge, that's all I'm saying.
Both of them kind of dancing around each other at the ledge right now. They're both whiffing projectiles or normals after normal after projectile. Neither quite finding any solid ground to get put on any extra percent right now. They're just dancing around each other. Finally, Astro breaks the ice, breaks the tension with the back air. There's nothing to follow up with it. Kendrick Lamar and Spack with Boomerang fair. And again, the situation is reset. We both get to center stage. Astro's the one who wins the interaction. Kendrick Lamar is at the ledge. This is a bit scary. 124. Back air is going to do it fair, might do it up air, might do it. There's a lot of options that come out for Astro right now, and he needs it. He needs a bit of leeway in this game.
Oh, he barely missed that.
Indeed, and Astro instantly ready to capitalize off of it. Double jump does get returned indeed, and now it's Theo.
Where are we at from here? Yeah, down tilt, down tilt, down tilt. The forward air is going over him. He's too close. Goes all the way down.
All the way into
20% difference. Astro has only got such a small amount of damage output lead there, considering what Garnet can also do to Ness.
Indeed, and both players
yeah, there it is already.
Both players just eager to control the space with the rising aerials. It's anyone's game right now, really.
Sure, but there is certainly more for Astro on the line right now. This is his potential final stock of the tournament if he does not clinch this. This is a scary situation as well. 32% is still very, very active for Young Lynch combos, but Kendrick Lamar is kind of like opting to play it safe. He just wants projectiles, he wants safe, easy damage. He doesn't want to have to engage with Ness because he knows how difficult that can be. He's put him up on the platform, he's pressuring him. 58% racks on.
The grabs, he's like it's so far away.
I'm loving the composure we're seeing from Kendrick Lamar at the moment. Just constantly picking and choosing his opportunities at the safest moments. Never overextending because he knows the risk of overextending.
He's got to be very careful. Astro's got to be very careful near these platforms because they're down to up air. Would we come in any earlier?
Yeah, he's sticking to it. Ledge back on.
Oh, I love that mix-up. What a beautiful mix-up.
All right, Kirby.
Right. Lamar is pressuring at the side of the stage.
Astro's swinging for the fences, but Kendrick's just taking his time.
That comes out entirely safe. He can't be punished. Nair comes out on shield. Nair comes out on shield.
Oh, he was waiting for a roll. I know it.
They're going back and forth with their aerials. The Nair is not by back.
Where is it?
There's a shield poke. Nair's not going to kill. Astro's off stage. Can he find it?
Oh, up there.
Astro not taking it light.
The microphones are peaking. Ah, he's so annoyed. What's going on?
You can see
he went for the grab. Someone please. Ah!
That is indeed going to be it. What was that? A 60-second last hit situation, and Astro at 157% finds the slightest hit of drag down up air and closes it out. We are getting a game 5.
Theo is he's gritting his teeth, he's clawing at himself,
But
realizing that he's just let it just about slip away. The grand finals was right there in front of him.
He can't let it get to him though, because if he goes into this game with the frustration, he'll be running straight into Astro, and that's what Astro wants.
You need to keep it in mind, he's already thrown a game for you. So it's like, it's fine. It's fine. He's already given you one, so it's like, yeah, cool. Easy.
On top of that, win or lose at the start of the game or the end of the game, the condition is still the same. So you have to go into it with the right mindset. But
yeah, he's kept his jump. Beautiful. Good. He got underneath. He's got the hit. Now he's got no jump.
No jump.
Now he's got no jump. Ah! Detected! The impossible has occurred before us.
But
He is the
so
Messiah.
much damage. And the dastardly situation off stage, and Astro immediately taking stock one.
Theo rocking his head back.
Indeed. But you cannot let it get to you. That's what the Ness wants.
Theo is very, very good at keeping it together.
Indeed.
Ness sends Astro back on stage and he doesn't have a
He's
jump.
very headstrong. See, and that headstrong coming through.
Indeed.
He's still got the confidence to go out there and take that kill. He's not going to let it throttle him at all.
Indeed. The double grab is going to...
Did that make... Okay, whatever.
It's hard to keep up with all so many different situations.
There's too much going. There's too much clanks going. Okay.
I can't believe that down is so big and lasted so long, but it finds Punch, but he doesn't quite get anything off it. Astro punch from the ledge right now with Bez, doesn't get a PK fire. Kendrick Olimar out the ledge, here's some damage, 96!
The lead is back!
Kendrick Olimar answering right back!
He's got the taunts in, the confidence is back. We've got Kendrick Olimar back, baby.
He loses so many times when he taunts, man.
We're seeing the taunts right back from Astro. Neither player giving an inch.
They're trading taunts right now, but Astro has given a bit of an inch.
Dog shit.
What the hell?
Hey, yo!
Look.
No! Jared.
Listen. I'm just saying.
Kendrick Olimar is not playing dog ass right now at all. He's playing on a lot of damage. 52. Grab comes out. 77. This is terrifying for Astro.
Indeed. Still, he needs the back throw off stage situation. Can we see some magic happen, perhaps?
Ooh,
not quite.
I really thought the
Dancing with
reverse
death.
edge guard was coming there. He's got to be very careful.
And look at this composure from Kendrick Olimar, just waiting patiently, but so is Astro. He's waiting for the situation.
Ooh, I did like that.
And there's the adaptation. Get up attack will not
Can I say
work.
that one was... No? Okay.
Yeah.
Nah. That was some good
that was
adaptation.
just good.
Yeah.
Okay, that was great from Astro.
That double jump was so crucial. It's so good that he made it back to center stage, because we've seen what Astro does to people without a jump.
Back comes
That's
out
all
right
right.
there. They won.
Yeah, knocks him away. He's nearly missed the ledge there.
Yeah,
very, very close. Oh, no. He
Good.
got out there.
SDI down the
Good.
get up attack.
Yep, hit.
Very ready. The
Astro's
spike.
closing that gap again. He's closing that gap.
He needs to get center stage, because if you're so... He needs
reflect
center.
that bomb.
He needs center like his life depends on it, because each interaction
There's no
could
double
be the
jump
end.
here.
No double jump.
No,
No double
there's
jump. What's he going to do?
nothing. He's got nothing.
You have to play
He's
safe.
got nothing.
You have to play
nothing.
safe.
No risk, no risk.
Astro is above, he's sharking above, jumps in, amazing shield.
Is that going to be it?
Yes, he's got it.
Kendrick Olimar, Game 5 against Astro, takes it and will be moving on to Grand Finals of Avalon.
One of the most emotional pop-ups I've seen from Kendrick Olimar in a long time. That
It
win.
is very rare I see that sort of feeling from Theo at all.
And it's the subs, because I don't know if you guys remember, he came all the way to Grand Finals after losing in pools. He lost in pools and went set after set after set. I was talking to him like just before the losers run happened, and he said, I'm going to take it one set at a time. And look at where that has got him. Grand Finals of a C-tier.
Who did he lose to in pools?
Yousef 280.
Yousef 280.
Oh, yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
And that's valid, because Yousef made top 8 winner side.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
you just had a demon in your run.
A
You know?
crazy run from Kendrick Olimar, which is going to look to keep on going. There is a lot to talk about with these two, with Kendrick Olimar and MazeBeans. I believe the last 2 sets actually have gone to Kendrick Olimar. I know he won the one at Invasion. I know he won the one at Brink. I don't remember if there's been one in the interim, but if there hasn't, that is quite the showing from him. That is quite the set record. The set count overall is still 3-2 to MazeBeans at the end of the day. But
So he's
still,
catching up. He's catching up. Like
He is
this
catching
could
up.
be it. This could be Kendrick Olimar's like first big tournament win.
It could. Because we saw his breakout performance at Invasion, where he got 5th at, what was it? Was that beta?
Invasion was a beta, I
Yeah.
believe.
Indeed.
Like he's
He got
fully
5th at
capable.
beta.
He's very, very capable.
Indeed, indeed. We've seen the caliber of competitors that he has taken down. We've seen him take down Astro. We've seen him take down Kerbo, both with their multitude of EU PR wins and performances. If there's any time, it could be now.
It could be now. That is true.
I keep yanking the hat off trying to sort my ponytail out. There we go. Fixed. Oh, I want that top hat. Huh?
It is available.
It is available. I'm switching hats. Isn't this one of the hat that is like the Americans used to wear back in like the 1800s, whatever it was? Like, I don't know.
I could see it. Like, you'd see
Like,
a
it's like
distinguished
a
gentleman.
Salem
there.
witch trial hat? I don't know how to describe it. I don't know what this hat is.
Those? It might be. It's hard to distinguish between a general top hat and one of those, you know.
I don't think
do
this is
get
going
what
to
you
stay
mean
on. With the headset, I don't think this is going to stay on, but we'll see.
We will indeed have to.
I'm Doug Dimmadome.
Doug Dimmadome and a Dimmadome.
I'm Dimmadome with this game. I can't be. No, it's not happening. Turn off the what? What are they waffling on about?
I have no idea.
We good? Fixed?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay.
Do you know if there's any way to turn down the headset volume, by the way?
Yeah, it was, Cara
Because
explained
there's a
earlier, it
mic.
was this.
There's a mic. I think that's all overall mics, but I don't know if there's a way to like manually lower the headset volume itself.
Well, I'm in the middle, so I'm going to test this and then talk for me.
Hello, hello, hello.
Yeah,
hello.
yeah, it's definitely your own, because you turn down for me as well. So
Oh, I see.
if it is too much, you can turn it down a bit, but I'm going to put it back to whatever it was roughly equal at. So,
That's fair.
but I don't know if it's the comms as well, but
I can't tell if we're like super peaking or if it's just, you know. It might just be our headsets.
Yeah.
In terms of like
Yeah,
the volume.
could be. But overall, it seems that we have managed to navigate the technical issues. Kendrick Olamar might have just gone to the bathroom or something.
He needs to lock himself back in.
just when you thought it couldn't finish any sooner. Right, while we're waiting, let's do a Wordle.
I'm checking my food right now.
Ballads.
Right, okay, Wordle, right.
I'll
For
be right
anyone
back.
who's not done the Wordle yet, I do strongly recommend you, to avoid all spoilers, turn away now.
Keep on the stream, but you may mute it if you want.
Right.
What's your starter words?
I don't think I could say it on stream.
Oh dear.
It's and frob.
Nice.
You know what? I'm gonna go with. You know what? Give me a 5-letter word. Let's roll with this.
Let's go with trace.
Trace. Okay. Right. Trace. Right. Let's see. All right. We've progressed this far so far.
Maybe your word would
Right,
have been better.
okay.
Actually, no, the E was missing, to be fair.
Yeah. Right. Let's see. I'm gonna go with.
What does blue mean, by the way? Is it just that that's the correct word?
I put the colorblind one on. I'm not colorblind. I just like the colors.
Valid.
So it's like it's blue and orange instead of green and yellow.
Okay.
So blue means like it's right but in the wrong spot. Orange is when it's fine. I just put it on because I just like the colors. Like,
Those are some good colors. Portal 2.
thankfully, I'm normal and can actually see proper colors. So.
Man said normal. Thankfully, I am the normal one.
All due respect. I'm trying to think. What have we got? Right. I'm going to do pound.
I will be right back. I need to go resolve something. I'll be back very shortly, hopefully in time for the end of grounds.
Oh, we're getting somewhere now.
Indeed.
All right. So the O is in the right spot. The D and the A need to move around. Once again, Jude has left his comm spot. Okay, so
We got
A.
D, O, and A. O is in the correct place.
Just so everyone else can see, just to double check. Bear in mind, I can't see the chat. So if
Yeah.
you're playing along, I'm sorry, but I'm going to ignore you. Because I don't really have a choice.
Yeah.
Have they started?
Have they started?
Damn it, it's my Wordle. No!
It appears we will have to put the Wordle on pause as we are
Curses.
going
But it'll
straight-
be midnight and a new Wordle will come out by the time this ends.
We are going straight into Game 1 of Grand Finals.
On
at
PS2!
Indeed. Now, personally, I'm not a fan of taking Steve to the stage, but I know Kendrick Olamar
Me neither.
has sung the stage's praises,
Oh,
particularly against Steve
Climbing
for
up this
him.
musical ladder.
Because he's gone on record. Oh my days.
Oh, I love it.
He's gone on record saying that he doesn't think that PS2 is too bad versus Steve. It's just a matter of
That pogo is actually
Just a matter of perspective, really.
Somehow didn't hit each other at all for a good few seconds there, but here we are. Big Justice is back, bringing the boom.
A barrage of hitboxes is what Kendrick Olamar has to work around
Kendrick
right now.
Olamar taking the role of QT Marshall.
1000%. I know Maze is just able to set up his game. He's been dodging the projectiles here and there.
He went behind him.
Or more accurately, dodging the instrumental hits. Unfortunately, the same cannot be said for Kendrick Olamar because that minecart F smash is going to take the stock. But Maze in quite a nice position.
Especially after now that, like... So, MazeBeans earlier, he was up there having a right old time just having a nap. Like, he was fully out of it. He just trotted off. But Kendrick Olamar has just played, like, this is now, like, his, what, third set in a row on stream. So, like, he's mentally taxed, and now he's got to play against Steven the guy.
Indeed. And considering how, like, stressful that game 5 versus Astro was,
yeah.
On top of the fact that he had to play that really tense set against Kerbo, he's not really had any opportunities where he's just like, yeah, this is a sleeper set. Like, no, he's had to be locked in this entire time.
Good. He's got the confirm. Right, so this is Kendrick Olamar's underdog story here. Like, he needs this win now to be put up there in that pantheon of people that have won, like, the regionals and, like, the big tournaments within this country.
Agreed, because for Maze, it's just another day in the office. He's won countless tournaments, both in the UK, in Scotland specifically as well.
Oh, get a job, Mike.
Hey, with some of the payout, with how consistently he makes payout, it might be his job. Still though, just narrowly trying to find his way back in, but the diamond up tilt, unfortunately, will have to disagree with us. That diamond,
well, down, up. Jude is back with us with some rather smelling good food. You've missed so much, man.
There's a lot to witness at the moment as that minecart straight to the face, straight in the eyes.
Yep.
This game.
Straight up ran the poor boy over. But hopefully just a good download game for Kendrick Olamar here.
I agree, because, I mean, as you mentioned it, Theo's been in back-to-back set. That is going to take some sort of a toll.
He's been in very close quarters sets as well. Like he's been scrapping with like Kerbo and Astro as well, and now he's got to play against Steve. That's kind of slowing the game down a bit. So maybe he's still got that rush in him. He's still got the Red Bull that he drank earlier that will down him. It's just 100. So like he needs to you know what?
He's getting caught in these key scenarios where he wants to, he's almost like, not necessarily autopilot projecting, but he's trying to set up his game, and suddenly Steve has an opening, and he's setting up his game. I mean, we see it here. Jab, minecart, he's not getting to play.
Yep, all right, that's a very swift 69% there.
Indeed. It feels like we're not getting to see the stereotypical Kendrick Olamar gameplay versus Steve, but at the exact same time, Maze is playing out of his mind. So like, look at the amount of setups that are on stage.
Yeah,
right
he unfortunately blocked off his own anvil there, so I don't know if that would have. I don't think it would have killed anyway, but still, it basically sent it anywhere.
Yeah,
well, okay, goodbye. See you later. I don't think it was on my hill.
That's a fantastic question.
Hello?
Hello.
Testing?
I think I can hear you, yeah.
Am I going through? Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
Great.
Yep. There we go.
Just in time for the Kendrick Olamar comeback.
If you can hear Jude now on the commentary, remember to follow @BurningT_.
What does that mean? How does that make sense?
Don't worry about it.
You should follow @Zenati_D on Twitter and Zenati on
Just to
Blue
confirm
Sky,
that you can hear him.
You could also follow @Scores with the E at the end on Twitter too, just if you wanted to make sure the follow button works here and there.
Right. This is. What do you guys think of this stage versus Steve? Like personal thoughts?
Insta-ban for me, but again, I've kind of mentioned in the past that Kendrick Olamar kind of has somewhat controversial views towards the stage list for Steve, as some might say.
See, I ask because I am one of the people that also takes Steve to this stage, but I don't know if that's like maybe a Zona thing, because like, yeah, he gets like some stronger materials, but he also mines slower. But it's like, I guess if you could suffocate him well enough, then this stage would be kind of bad for him.
Yeah.
It just depends on how consistently you're able to set up that pressure.
Yeah.
Because if he does, even though he mines slower, the walls he makes here are stronger.
It's working very well for... So like, there's some method to the madness if in that controversial opinion on taking Steve to this stage, because it's working out stupendously for him.
The problem with taking Steve to this stage is, of course, you get, I think you might get slightly more iron, but especially you get more stone. And stone walls can be difficult to deal with for most characters, but as we saw with that down air there, I don't think Youngling in particular can struggle with walls when that down air just shreds right through it. So you kind of get all the benefits of Kalos with none of the negatives. Well, not many of them anyway. It's hard to say none when you're seeing quadruple gold up tilt on shield, but hey, it is what it is.
I absolutely adore Theo's wave bounces. Like, they're so good at just weaving out of the way. Like, instead of just doing a dash back boomerang, like he's doing a wave bounce, so it's like he's getting out of the way, but when he does the boomerang, obviously he's coming back in as well, so he's like, he's just making a dash dance in the air.
It also provides like a masterful feint because you see the visual stimulus for jumping in, and yet he positions himself far away from you.
The composure to keep doing it that consistently as well is very good.
Wave bounce boomerang is his tried and true.
Ace gameplay coming out. Kendrick Lamar can just wait through the blocks, finding full string with a down air, but doesn't quite find purchase. MazeBeans was looking way back in, and minecart.
That jump in bumble. The jump in bumble slightly ill-advised, but still quite the lead. You have to play so careful though. He's got diamond, 1 up tilt at 60 minimum. And we're seeing Maze knows this too. All we're seeing is diamond up tilt at the moment. Kendrick Lamar has quite the delicate game he needs to play to seal it out. Nevertheless,
there we go. Took him all the way up. Arrow to arrow to arrow to down air to pop off. What a combo.
If it's a question of delicacy, if it's a question of precision, Kendrick Lamar has the answer always. You must know this with this player. He has those confirms, those combos down to a T. And that is what is going to give him the second game as we go to PS2. It's a lot of strong Steve stages, but I think it's also very strong Young stages, and that's why he's okay with it.
yeah, I completely agree. Right now, going straight into game 3. These two competitors back-to-back. This could be quite the instrumental game. We'll have to see how it pan out. I know why, but something about like an individual dirt block on the floor is just cracking me up.
Yeah. He's just done it. He's like, you know what, I can't be bothered.
It's just like a...
He's getting up halfway through it.
You know what? Never mind.
Yeah. I've changed my mind. Give me some time to think about it.
I need some time to think. Kendrick Lamar moving like the train inspector right now.
Do you have your train ticket?
I need some time to think. And it looks like the time to think is benefiting MazeBeans correctly right now, because that is quite the depth that he's managed to immediately even out to an even game. 96%.
He's on the side of the stage right now.
Oh, he's in a square spot.
He's just looking great. A sense of distance, clearly. He's a bit scared of what
resources are narrow. He's got no iron. That there just about squeaked through. Killed him off the side.
Beautiful placement on the boomerang to hit his head to knock him out as well. Beautiful, I must say. Right now, this is in a bit of a weird position because, of course, you want to find that kill, but at the same time, your resources are dwindling.
Strange. He's got 1 wood.
He has 1 wood, so there's no minecart burst, no anvil reversals.
Just wood.
Being on the ledge is any Steve's nightmare in this position, surely, and Kendrick Lamar is very aware of it.
Stuck. No.
I said, the thing is, even if you take away all the iron fancy dandy, he still has that back air.
That back air, that hits like an up air.
Indeed. Aerial smash attack, some might even say. Very, very tough indeed. It looks like Kendrick Lamar might need to drop another album to seal out this game.
Yeah, that's pretty good, man. I was pretty happy with that.
I still have yet to listen to it, to be honest. I'm looking forward to it though. Second I get back from this tournament, boom, locked in.
Unfortunately, I'm a metalhead, so it's not crossing my Spotify anytime soon.
Understandable. Our music is good, to be fair. I'll read that.
Yeah.
That's absurd, but
Yeah,
that is
something
interesting.
different.
That is something different. Kendrick Lamar taking a lead
Yeah.
again in this game, and it is looking like he has a bit of control. He's just so good.
He's still got
shred through the blocks and he can't be punished.
Oh, very good combo there. Bleak resources on MazeBeans as well. Only 2 iron, only a couple bits of stone.
It's like the opposite of what you see, because usually Steve's...
Oh, the wave bounces are so good.
It's so beautiful. It's crazy right now.
Right, MazeBeans needs to come up with something soon. He needs to... There we go. Right,
Thankfully,
mine.
and true diamond back air will do it. And Theo has to play such a delicate game once again. We know he's capable of it, but if he gets hit by 1 up tilt, it's an even game. You have to mitigate the hits you're getting hit by. It's okay if you get hit by like a little, maybe like a short hop jab, you know, maybe a forward air or back air here and there, but you can't get up tilted.
MazeBeans is taking his time. He just needs resources right now.
Yeah, Theo's not giving him the space.
He needs stuff. And he's not got a lot of stuff.
He has 1 iron now. more than that.
He's got an extra diamond. Cool. He's got some gold, so he's got his powered minecart.
Yeah, the wall has given him time to build up again his resources and materials. He gets fresh diamond tools as well. He is fully prepared for his final stop. With Kendrick Olimar, he's trying to make it so that he can't fight back any longer, but maybe
And the block's getting in the way.
Fight
Good,
back.
good coverage, good coverage.
Actually,
Beautiful DI from Big Justice there. Give that a boom.
That's a heavy character right there.
No minecarts though, no iron, no anvil. He just has to get out through wits alone. And he has diamond tools as well.
Oh,
You can tell
one grab.
Kendrick
one grab will
Olimar
do it.
is feeling this game, but he has to play such a careful game because even without the iron, there's F smash, there's back air, there's so many moves that
Throw could do it as well, but would he risk that? Would he risk it? He's got to get this. Yeah, just straight down on him. Just went right on the crown of Steve's head.
Such definitive patience in that one moment. So many players would be so eager to continue scrapping on the ground. But Kendrick Olimar, he whiffs one move and is like, you know what? I'm getting out of there. I'm going to see what you do. F smash? No. Dead.
He's been doing amazing at keeping him suffocated as well. Like the two stocks MazeBeans took in that game was just by simply like he was on the ledge for ages and ages and he just back aired out the corner and just like just was in the way.
And honestly, boys, we might be looking at a reset here.
We might be looking at a reset. This it's looking like a good spell for Kendrick Olimar right now. This could be his tournament. It could be his first big win.
Indeed.
Actually found like the most success, I believe, at these Deathmatch events. I believe these have been like kind of his breakout performances in terms of he's always gotten good wins. In terms of tournament wins, it's been here in Warranty, in Coventry. It would be so poetic for him to take home the biggest tournament that this city has ever seen.
Indeed. Honestly, there's a full storyline to be had here, and it is beautiful. So the question is, will Kendrick Olimar be able to make the fairy tale come true? We'll have to find out. As right now, we kind of got like a little bit of a back and forth game at the moment. Kendrick Olimar narrowing up the lead at the moment, but you can never be too sure. With a little bit of Steve up till magic here and there, you know.
That was a perfect down here. He almost DI'd it bad as well. He almost got the hang of it. What? Oh, he's got it anyway. The panic air dodge in. And he's still alive. I couldn't see it because of the overlay.
He's a very heavy guy. It is one of his many strong attributes, and overall, it allows MazeBeans to hang on to this stock. He's moving back and forth and trying to build moves, also trying to build mats. He needs some sort of big hit. Up tilt could be it. 55, the grab wish, the block protection with the arrow.
What a trade as well. The damage is slowly building back up in Maze's favor, but will he be able to get the decisive hit? That shot fire arrow precision, perfect. It's the up air too.
That crafting table's got to go. There we go.
Is art.
Spawns down.
Right here.
Stone's all gone because that crafting table gained down. Beautiful, perfect.
He makes aerials do so much damage that even a forward air alone almost entirely annihilated that iron wall, but the iron back air
Just
not
about
quite
survived
going to
there.
close it out.
Anvil coming down. Good.
To engage into a team combo to put Kendrick Olimar on stage, but he's still managing, thankfully, despite his a little bit of
Oh, that
briefing.
boomerang pushes that out.
Unfortunately, player 3 and player 4 with the anvil did not quite pan out, but still, we've got quite the game ahead of us.
MazeBeans.
A bit too aggressive trying to get out, and we hear a big pop off from the Scottish crowd over MazeBeans getting that kill.
I love the Scottish crowds.
They win for their home win in the game. There was so much Scotland going into top 9, and there's only one remaining in grand finals. It is their champion, but London's champion is looking to make a difference. He is looking to change the narrative. MazeBeans now is switching up the fortunes. He's putting Kendrick Olimar on stage with no jump, 67%. Up, he's going to allow him.
No, he doesn't make it.
Have the distance.
Now MazeBeans has the lead.
Still, Kendrick Olimar immediately able to answer back. And this could be it. This stock could lead straight to the reset, but MazeBeans is not going to make it easy for him. 68%, where the damage keeps on climbing. Kendrick Olimar needs to stop the bleeding. Could this boomerang be the start?
MazeBeans is slowly learning how to fight. He's been like so strained of resources throughout this entire thing that he's been having to like learning to fight without these at this point.
And right now, it is working beautifully. Kendrick Olimar needs to find an answer.
Not the stairs.
The stairs are indeed blocking him. He needs to climb those stairs. He needs to climb the stairs to victory.
He's got his diamond. He's got his gold. He's got his iron. The resources are back. He's not got many blocks to be fair, but they're all pretty strong anyway.
Ooh, slightly mispositioning. Is the dash going to take it?
Attacks.
Not quite, but you've got quite a precarious situation.
And MazeBeans, is the anvil coming? Nope, he's holding on. He's holding on.
So
he's stuck
much
in the
going
corner.
on. Perfectly timed roll. The F-Smash check. Down top now.
You risky bastard.
Indeed.
Oh no!
Oh, is that going to take it? The
he just does the double pistol. No! How did
What's up? Who are you, Kendrick Olamar? Is that going to be it?
Yes! But he takes that set!
Despite a double footstool near
He
the
still
bottom
had,
blossom.
and I'm pretty sure even after that double footstool, I think he still had his jump.
He
I don't know how
had
he
his
was
jump.
going to get that back otherwise.
How do you have the composure after being minecarted by Steve in the bottom blossom, getting double footstool to maintain your jump, make it back, and seal out the victory?
We're back
Who
to
are
rock,
you,
paper,
Kendrick Olamar?
scissors.
Oh my days.
Now we're in the final stretch.
Indeed.
Now we're finally in that zone. It is a sparrow's breath away for Kendrick Olamar to just take this.
His first big regional tournament win, his first big UK tournament win. It could happen before our very own eyes.
And that is the sets tied up to 3-3 in their set count. This will not only decide the tournament, this will be the set to decide who goes forward in the story of Kendrick Olamar and MazeBeans.
Start battle.
Oh my goodness, I've just heard what Becca's been saying. I believe we're getting kicked out of the stadium and we might need to be moving location for the final set of the tournament. If that is well enough the case, that might be the end of the stream, and I'm very sorry to leave you all in the dark on what is an incredible page of history for Smash UK. You will have to keep up to date. Hopefully the score will be updated readily, because that is the
mystery
players.
grand finals.
They are leaving their seats, so that is the end of the stream, unfortunately.
If you want to see the rest of this grand finals, we will see you right here in person in Warwick. If you didn't come here, well, you missed out.
Hopefully someone streams on Twitter.
Yeah, or someone, someone will probably do it.
Maybe
I'm
just
not doing
message someone that's here or give you some squad updates. My favorite thing is on Discord, some people just give like live move updates. Like I remember Rambos was playing someone and I just saw Morph Bomb on Mince Repeat. But as you said, that might just be it for us.
it. Yeah, well, I'm going to assume that is, but otherwise, pleasure, boys.
As always.
As
Excellent
always.
work, boys.
Pleasure. I'll lick your fingers. It's fine.
We know.
All right, we need to move quickly, so
Ciao,
we're
everyone.
going to get off and go. See you all at Merry Meltdown.
See you there.